Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Land of Dreams and Nightmares. I am your Dungeon Master, Esper. We have all 5 of our fellows with us here tonight. Let's do a quick recap and a quick introduction, and then we'll get back into the adventure. So we have Adam, Dennis, Nick, Vince, and Warsor.
Yeah, so as always, I'm Adam, and I'm playing Carderock, the knight errant bard paladin hybrid multi-class who just recently has potentially the opportunity to level up once he gets a long rest in. So he'll be equivalent to level 10.
Hey guys, my name is Dennis, and as always, I play the ever cynical Lykar, level 9 Storm Sorcerer.
Hello, I am Robin. I play your favorite Arcane Trickster rogue, as always, and I recently leveled up to level 9, so I'm quite happy about that.
Well, as far as I know, I am still Vince, and I still play Drake Fell, the Shadowmonk rogue.
And I'm Warsor, and I play Captain Noxiqual, the human Hexblade Warlock, soon to be level 10.
And hopefully soon to be human and not a robot as well. Sorry.
So last session, the party was aboard the Storm's Eye still. Captain Noxiqual's sailboat, or sailing ship, we should probably say, on the southeastern coast of Dreckengrim. Here we are, the Cairn Coast, a region they've been in for a little while now. After leaving the Mirgraf mine, Lykar's memory came back to him over the course of a few days. There was a bit of role-playing on board the ship, and the party, there was some bad weather, actually. A terrible wintry sea storm brewed, and the party sought out safe haven, a harbor, and they went to this island just south of the mainland, not too far away from Basilica and the Cay, as a matter of fact. They weighed anchor in the harbor. The storm got worse. The following day, it intensified to a supernatural level, and coming up from the depths was the Deep Drinker, also known as Dagon by those who are informed of such lore. It was a savage fight. The ship was being attacked. A couple of crew members were pulled overboard. It was a really intense encounter, to say the least. Towards the latter part of it, Noxiqual teleported himself out into the water to lure Deep Drinker away. He was able to do a bit of trickery, and when Deep Drinker attacked him, he encased himself in ice. The party survived. Lykar's storm and wind powers allowed the ship to basically propel itself out of the grasp of the Deep Drinker. All seemed somewhat hopeless until everyone got a stark reminder that Dreckengrim is still very much the domain of the Mer Queen. And the great old one, Dagon, was pulled back into his own realm that is somewhere between the fabric of reality, and the strange mist engulfed all of the waters, filled with the moans and wails of undead spirits. Noxiqual pulled himself onto the shore of the island, shivering and sopping wet. The ship pulled around to the southern end of the island. The party took a rowboat. Actually, Drake teleported and swam off of the ship and got onto the island first. And the rest of the party got one of the rowboats lowered, and they rowed ashore. And the party's been searching to meet back up with Noxiqual to find the captain. They encountered some orcs that are inhabiting this island, including some surprisingly intelligent orcs with a bit of a bluish complexion. and they were actually translating for the rest of the orcs and the chieftain. They are they are the subjects of a Naga, a living Naga, in fact, whom they referred to as Rumlan Kawai. I may be pronouncing that wrong. We'll see once the orcs speak again. There was a tense scene. It almost seemed like the orcs were going to attack, but the party stalled them off, chatted them, persuaded them, used all manner of speechcraft and silver tongue wordplay, and essentially came to an agreement that instead of giving tribute of treasures for them to haul off to their queen of the island, they're going to meet back up with their party to then provide a more acceptable treasure. Whatever it was, you convinced them to let you locate not your captain first, and then you're going to meet back up with them and decide on the tribute to this Naga.
Captain Noxiqual's got this covered. Don't worry.
Yeah, so that was like Robin, Carderock, and Lykar that had that interaction with the orcs. Noxiqual found an unoccupied orcish camp that had some iconography to an orcish goddess, and then Drake is also by himself, and he hid up in a tree and evaded the gaze of some other orcs. Oh yeah, the orcs are also very concerned with what's been happening around the island with the strange storm that came about, and then the blanketing mists of the Mer Queen, and why that all suddenly sprung up and so close to the mainland. That was the end of the session. Carderock got voted on as inspiration. And let's go back onto this mysterious island. Let's start with Noxiqual. You've survived an attack by Deep Drinker. You've survived being wet and cold. You're alone. You're a bit lost, but you know it's not a large island. What are you doing here?
So I just came across that campsite and the idol and all that. I think I was taking a moment to kind of get my breath back, maybe a short rest at the campsite before continuing on, because I know that they're looking for me and I have to make it across to the northern side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're quite cold. You're probably concerned about temperature. So far, you, through hardiness and your own resources, have been able to hold up, but it's very cold. You don't have food or water. The island is fairly rocky. It's not a mountain, but it's rocky, uneven, hilly terrain. There are some coniferous trees, not a forest, but sparse trees. Some brush. It's winter, so it's wintry brush. It's not a raging storm anymore, though it's lightly sleeting.
okay. I think then I searched the camp. Did I find anything? I don't think...
The main thing of interest that you found was some manner of shrine, and there was a fetish to an orcish goddess.
Yeah, I think it was fertility or something like that, if I recall. Yeah, so are there any tracks, any signs that anyone has come through here recently that I can follow?
It appeared to be that this camp has not been used anytime recently. It may be a summer dwelling or a summer camp.
Gotcha. Well, I guess I'll just try to find as much shelter. Is there any shelter in the camp?
There is some, yes. Basic,
Can I use it?
but it's enough to like keep the sleet off of your head. You can huddle into what would we call them? More than a simple lean-to, but not quite so much to suffice an actual hut. It's orcish craftsmanship, though you do note it is a little higher quality than you would expect of a typical savage orcs that aren't all too bright.
Gotcha. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just settle down for an hour, try and recover, conserve my energy, because, like you said, I don't have a lot of supplies right now, or really a plan. So maybe if the sleet lays off in like an hour, maybe I can keep going. Otherwise, I'm just going to, huddle up, try and dry off a bit.
You're very cold.
Mhm.
You're sopping wet. Your clothing is soaked. Obviously, you were in the ocean.
Correct. I'm looking into how to resolve that right now. Let's see. Bear with me a moment. That's not bad. Is there any
You
wood?
succeed at the Constitution saving throw, so you're not suffering yet. But I imagine you're probably like shivering cold.
Yeah. Is there any wood that I can use to make a fire that's been not soaked?
Okay, yeah. You can find some kindling that is kept dry inside the shelter here.
Yeah, I'd like to try and start a fire up.
Okay,
That'll
so
help dry me off.
sure. Just for flavor wise, what is your method of making a fire?
Well, I have.
Do you have like a fire spell that you use?
I do not have a fire spell, but I have a method. The method
Rub some sticks
is.
together.
What's that?
Rub some sticks together.
No. I have summon Greater Demon, and I can summon a Babao who can at will heat metal for
Mhm.
me.
All
And
right.
they will. I'll use it to place a piece of metal in the kindling. He heats the metal, it sets it all aflame, and then I dismiss him.
I hope the demon like attacks you.
All right, so you get together some kindling, the dry tinder and twigs and such that were kept dry inside the shelter. Put it into a pile. You stick a dagger in it or whatever you've got,
Yep.
and you cast your demon summoning spell. And you said it was a babao.
Babao. Yep.
Oh, okay, so this black leathery skin thing that's like dripping magenta-ish slime has like a spike coming up out of the back of its skull.
And I say, heat, create fire there. I point at the fire.
All right, so he uses his demonic powers and he gets the fire crackling. Is this one thing where he can like break out of the control?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
at the end of each of his turns, he gets
Okay.
to roll
Please.
a charisma save.
All right, so let's see what happens.
He has a +1 to this.
Okay.
Yep.
That is a fail. So he stands there. His eyes have that demonic glare. He glances at the fire that's starting to smoke and crackle. He glances back at you. Do you have other commands for him?
You know, honestly, I'm not too scared of this guy if I have to, but I'm not gonna push my luck. I'm gonna send him away rather than sending him to hunt for food or something because he'll probably just spoil it.
And with
Gone, demon.
a bubbling, slimy, blurping thing, he goes back into the abyss. So you now have your fire. I'd say you're probably going to survive pretty well, being able to dry off and get warm. Let's cut to Drake. Drake.
Okay.
You have to remind me here. Did you jump in the water? Are you drenched as well?
Yes, I also made
Okay.
the con save, but unlike Noxiqual, Drake had his winter cloak and his bag of holding. So
That's
he's
right.
got
You
that on.
changed clothes. Okay, so you
he changed clothes.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. So you probably just came out of that tree that you had been up in to hide and also kind of get a vantage point. Let's see. There was a group of some orcs, maybe 6 to 8 orcs that had come by. They looked like maybe a hunting party. Who knows? You didn't talk to them. They didn't see you. You successfully hid. What do you do?
Drake is going to he's not going to rush it, but he wants to move quickly, but still stay hidden. He's going to move towards the direction of the beach that Noxiqual washed up on.
Okay, so you just you're gonna head in the direction of the cove. Excellent. Yeah. Make a survival check.
Okay. Look at that, some wisdom. 22.
Excellent roll. So you are making your way north by northwest across this rocky island. It's cold weather, but you're moving. You've got winter clothes on. You're feeling okay. The island it's not a large one, but it is a good few miles north to south. You trek for the better part of a day. You do what you can to pick up clues of some tracks here. Looks like some orcs have been over here. You see a bit of signs of maybe some wild boar dung. You use the details and the clues of the natural world, and eventually you come to a location that looks like a encampment or a shelter. You see there are 3 orcs. There is an adult orc, a full-grown orc, and there are 2 smaller ones, adolescent type age orcs. And the older one is saying something to the 2 younger ones in the orcish tongue. And they look to be readying something or preparing something or repairing something. They're working with something with their hands, huddled in this, it's a very, very basic shelter. They've like lashed up some limbs. They put a bunch of, brush on the top of it. It looks like something that, you would just use to like a small survival shelter, or maybe to stay the night while on a hunting expedition. You've traveled like, just gauging it, a couple miles over like rocky, hilly stuff.
Um,
They're interacting with one another with whatever they're working on.
Can Drake see what exactly they're working on?
You want to get closer? You'll have to make a stealth check.
Oh no, I was wondering if you could see it from where he was at.
From your vantage point, no. But if you want to get close, you can make a stealth check to be unnoticed by them and get a better look at what they might be doing.
Yeah, let's do that. That is not good. But I do have proficiency, so that helps. 15.
15. Okay, that is a success. They're concerned with whatever they're doing. You creep closer, you hide behind a boulder, you hide behind an evergreen shrub, and you get up close enough. They're preparing some kind of bows. They don't look like your amazing, archer longbows, but they are orcish hunting bows. He's teaching them something about the bows, stringing the bows.
So it's probably a hunting camp then.
Yeah, he looks like he's telling them or teaching them something about hunting and these bows here.
All right, Drake's gonna just pass them by and keep heading on his way. Not wanting to leave any traces of him being there, so he's gonna try to keep his contact to a minimum because his main objective is to find Noxiqual.
Okay, you slip past, and the orcs are none the wiser. You continue on. And when night has fallen, basically as soon as darkness has enshrouded the land, you catch in the distance a whiff of wood smoke. There's some kind of campfire burning, and you're getting fairly close to the other end of the island. You've traveled basically the entire day. So we'll cut back to you in a moment because you'll be coming upon the shelter where Noxiqual has that little fire going. All right. Let's cut to Robin, Carderock, and Lykar. You are afoot. You're headed north-ish across the island. The orcs said that they would be waiting for you near where your ship is, not moored. It's just anchored off the southern coast. So they said they'll be waiting for you once you return.
Like once we get our captain and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And we have not come particularly close to him yet. We're still a good
Correct. You were getting a little, a little bit lost. A
Right.
lot of backtracking and second guessing, and maybe disputes amongst each other. So you haven't covered a particularly large amount of ground.
Right. Now, Robin, do take care. You do know we do not want to antagonize these nice gentlemen. After all, there are 20 of them, and they're all armed.
Don't worry, I would never antagonize them at all. I am nothing but a non-antagonizer, if anything. I just
Oh,
be friends with them.
yes. And if my grandmother had hooves, she'd be a horse.
Your grandmother has hooves? I never knew, Card.
That was not the point.
Anyways,
Well-
I think that we should start looking for the captain again, perhaps.
Yes, we have a Noxiqual to find, do we not?
Yes, we do.
Just look
I
for that
say
demon,
that
surely
way.
he'll be there. You say that way. Why?
That way.
Why ever would you say that way? What possesses you to say that way?
I don't know. I have an itching feeling that I felt something demonic in that direction. It's like a demon sense that I have ever since that time with the bone Nagas.
I say, and out of character, I do say, yeah, paladins. I have a paladin level. Yeah. Let me just really quickly actually read the official text of how that works.
Carderock, why have you just stopped moving and talking? Is everything all right?
Are you sure the itching feeling is not some kind of disease you've contracted?
He begins T-posing and then disconnects from the server and crashes to desktop. Yes, just a moment to read how Divine Sense actually works.
I'm just imagining.
I need to be within
Carderock
60
right now.
feet, so never mind. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. You say that way because of a
way, right
vague inkling. Well,
It's an instinct. My instincts have never been wrong, Card. Come on.
Oh, have they? Well,
I haven't steered us wrong yet.
that is the way of the river. I suppose if we do find ourselves lost, it is the easiest way to find our way back here.
Yes, I quite agree. So let us go. I mean, the
Very
captain
well.
ran across the river.
If I find that we've been walking in circles, I'll blame you.
But you can't blame me for that, though. I'm just pointing in one direction. If you happen to go in another direction, then that's your fault for going in a circle.
Always put the trees to the right of you. Or was it put one to the right and then one to the left?
Aren't you supposed to be good at this kind of thing? I'm better at street smarts. But anyways, let's go that way. And
Quite. Yes.
I guess we'll go that way, whichever that way is. Esper, should we roll?
So your part, yeah, essentially your party is
Yeah.
is back to navigating this this wild and apparently hostile island. Well, if you would all like to simultaneously contribute your skill and knowledge or lack thereof, we can have a group check. Or if one person wants to take the lead and the others agree to follow him, the one tracker or navigator can make the soul check.
I think that it would be better for Card to do it, but since Robin said it that way, I would like to assist.
All right. I have no ranks or bardly things in survival, but I'll happily roll, well, with advantage if you're assisting me. So, yeah.
I have a +1.
All right, so here's how I do help. We do the helper's roll first, and he's going to go against
That's right.
a lower DC than the target DC. It's 5 lower than the target DC is what it is. What do you got?
A 3. Like all
Carderock,
together.
please roll with disadvantage as Robin.
That way, Card.
Robin is
Lovely.
feeding you incorrect information and probably annoying you.
It's
Come on, Card. It's that way. Stop questioning me. It's that way. Go that way. This way. Over here. I
Well-
promise it's the right direction.
It's a real shame I had disadvantage on that because I got a 9. Had I had advantage instead, I'd have had a 10.
Don't you agree with me, Card? Don't you? I mean, now that you've looked at everything, it's that way, obviously.
I'd like the three
Yes.
of you. I'd like the three of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Yay.
I wasn't
Wonderful.
bad at this. Oh, this is good though. Okay.
I got 17.
I'm looking at a 19.
I got a 19 as well.
All right, those are all successes. You're getting a little bit winded, a little tired, a little cold. You've wasted a lot of time. You come down this like rocky ridge thing through, through some fir trees, and you look, and you just see like this jagged, rocky coastline that looks nothing like that cove where the ship had been anchored. The sky is starting to darken. The sun's soon going to be setting. Your bellies are starting to grumble. You're feeling pretty lost.
God, okay. I'm getting quite cold here right now, and I look over here and there's a lot of rocks. Why did you take us the wrong way?
Oh, are you cold, dear Robin? Are you cold? Yes, we've gone the wrong way, you say.
Yes, I'm very cold.
Oh, yes.
I'm very cold,
took us
Todd.
down this wrong way, down this wrong path, by pointing and declaring, ooh, we should go this way. We should go this way. We should go that way and every which way. Oh, yes, I am the mastermind behind this farce. Well,
hey, you didn't disagree with my direction, and Lykar, you didn't say anything either. So at least I was taking us somewhere and trying to find Noxiqual. And now I'm just cold and hungry. Can we just make camp for now?
yes,
Do you have a way of making
been
fire?
silent there for far too long, Lykar.
Yes, Lykar. Why didn't you say anything?
Were you merely awaiting? Were you merely awaiting the drastic consequences, the catastrophic failure of this plan?
Yes, Lykar knew all along, and he just didn't want to tell us. He wanted to make fun of us after we. Lykar, why didn't you tell us that we were going the wrong way? You knew that we were going the wrong way, and now I'm cold.
You need to just be quiet.
Well, can we at least make a fire? Do we have a? Can you like make a fire, Lykar? Here, I'll go get some sticks. I'm gonna start getting some like branches and sticks.
Try not to mess that up.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, try not to mess that up.
I was gonna look back and like scowl at you a little bit and collect more sticks.
Robin, do remember, if they move and twitch, they are not sticks but snakes.
I'm gonna look back at you again and be like, yes, I know what a snake looks like, all right? I'm gonna keep getting my sticks, and I'm gonna like be mumbling to myself like angrily.
All right, so you all are wanting to get a fire going. Everything is kind of coated in layers of sleet, and you simply waste more time, come upon more frustration, unless someone has any special methods to get this fire going.
Lykar, you have a fire, right? You can make fireballs. Can you just light a tree on fire or something, and then we can use that for shelter or warmth or whatever?
Well, I have all kinds of spells here. Unless it would just let me just use like, I know I can get irritated and have like zap people with lightning. I don't know if I can zap like a little fire.
Do you have
so Lykar's experimenting with some things, trying to find something that will work. Irtho, the raven, who is perched on a branch just next to his companion, Robin, quirks up. I can help.
You can make a fire, Irtho, because we're all very cold right now.
Yes. Well, Mistress can help.
All right. So what do I need to do to get this fire?
Just say the word.
Carderock! God, he wants. I think we can make a fire, but I have to do something with the mistress.
Whatever are you talking about? Do you not know how to strike flint against steel, or steel against flint, for that matter?
I don't have any flint and steel right now. I forgot it at the last place we were at. I didn't think I was gonna be in the cold in the forest. All right.
Well,
I was gonna be on a nice ship, sailing in nice weather.
A lesson in preparedness, this is. Yes. So, now, you've gathered enough small lumber, yes. It's not all big logs that take a while to light.
Yes,
correct?
no, I got some shrubbery and some branches here so that we can start the fire, and then I got some logs over here, and we can use the logs to put on the fire after. Can we just make the fire? I'm very cold, God. Stop arguing with me.
So you all are attempting to get this going, and none of you is particularly skilled at woodsmanship and the arts of survival, and you're doing
definitely the last thing.
Yeah, you're doing your best to get this going. I think Card was one who had the flint and steel, and he's like striking it against this stuff that's been pelted by sleet and rain and snow for like 3 days, and it's a bunch of frustration. And Irtho is just like whispering in the ear of Robin, like,
Come on, we can do this. Just say the word.
Card is a knight from a city, so he's not really used to making a fire that's not like already on a hob
Yeah,
or otherwise.
as I see Card like doing this and Earthal like pestering in my ear and Lykar, I don't know what Lykar is doing, but
No,
I'm just
Lykar is a hermit. I mean, he lived alone for most of his life, so you think he'd be able to start some kind of fire.
So, Lykar, you go and you gather some kind of tinder that maybe is like the low branches of a tree that's been sheltered from the sleet. You add that in, and like you're getting your tinder to light, but the rest of the stuff won't take. And then it suddenly takes. There's a little whiff of sulfury smell along with it, and the fire crackles to life. Maybe you even think that was your own doing, or completely your own doing, and you're all just kind of happy. You're like, oh, life and color and warmth and bright, and night has fallen, and it's just a chill out on like the side of this scrubby hill, and you're sitting around the fire, warming yourselves, bantering as you will. Do you intend on resting here? That seems to be what I'm gathering.
Would you have any kind of food, Card? We could cook something up here. I'm quite hungry.
Why is it always my things you're after? Well,
I don't use my rations. I'm saving those for later.
oh, I'm saving them for later. Well, I believe
I need lots of snacks. I do lots of sneaking. It's hard work.
I believe I have a biscuit from the ship. Perhaps half a wheel of hard cheese. Scarcely enough for one person, let alone two. But
Well, let me see it real fast. Maybe I can like split it. We can.
All right. So Card grabbed some food from the ship. Lykar, did you grab any food?
You may have it. I'm all right for now.
As he says, I can have it. I'm just gonna immediately yank it out of his hand and just start eating it.
Lykar, did you grab anything from the ship?
I would like to think I would have brought something. I mean, I didn't mention it previously, but
I can just imagine when Drake and us rescue them.
Okay.
Lykar, this biscuit is so good.
So Robin and
Card.
Carderock are eating the Journey biscuits and cheese, and Lykar is eating something discreetly that he procured on the when making preparations to get onto the rowboat. Eventually, tiredness overcomes you, and you all fall into slumber. I assume you're going to try to take watches. That's pretty standard adventuring protocol.
God, you take the first watch.
All right, so y'all are taking watches. Robin, while it's your watch, your friends are asleep and huddled close to the fire, and you're trying to keep the flames fed. And Eartho is like helping you. He'll like flutter off, grab some twigs and stuff with his beak, and he'll bring it back and add to the fire. And something does happen of great interest.
Why is it always me?
While you are the sole awake character at the moment, a familiar whiff of sulfur comes from the flames.
Oh God.
You hear the sound of chains or perhaps manacles. And you see a face in the flame, a face composed of fire that it's a woman's face that is at both once seductively beautiful and at the same time sinister and fiendish. This is the face of your patroness, Glacia, daughter of Asmodeus, one of the archdevils of the Nine Hells.
Oh God.
Robin.
Who said that? Oh, Glacia. Hello, how are you? I didn't expect to see you this morning or this night.
I often appear at unexpected times. I think you like to do the same.
Ah, yes, of course. I might say it's quite the pleasant arrival. I must say, I have been wanting to speak to you. I'm gonna sort of bow my head.
Oh, I very much have been wanting to speak with you. How are you enjoying your newfound gifts?
Oh, I'm absolutely loving it, Glassai. I love that I can use some eldritch power to. I think my captain doesn't like it much, so I kind of like prodding him with it, showing him that my power is much greater than his.
I'm glad to hear that. And your companion, is he serving you well?
Oh yes, Earthor. I'm assuming he's like next to me. I'm gonna sort of give him a scratch, be like, yes, I absolutely love Earthor. He's such a fantastic companion indeed.
Irtho laughs, a crow laugh, but it's also a very nervous laugh. And you feel a little something, like these little claws like gripping into your shoulder, beyond just Raven's claws.
I'm gonna like look over. Earthor, it's a little much. Is everything all right?
There is something that I suggest that you do, Robin.
Yes, mistress.
And when she says the word suggest, you feel
Oh gosh, she's
sort of almost a hypnosis coming over you. Clearly, she is a wielder of fiendish charms beyond beyond your mortal kin. There is a particular servant of mine I want you to go and establish contact with. His name is Abigor. You will find him at the end of the Sedge River in the cave known as Devil's Den. Would you be so good as to go there?
Yes, absolutely. Is there any reason why? Do I need to ask him anything or something?
Establish an alliance with him.
An alliance? Oh, I see. Yes, I will try my best to establish an alliance. Is he going to potentially be at odds with my captain?
I would hope not.
I would hope not either. I would not like my captain. I would not like to have to do anything bad to my captain, of course. I'm sure my captain will be perfectly fine with doing your bidding, as you are the great mistress, my patron, and I much appreciate all of the power you've given me.
Very good. Powerful forces are stirring within Dreckengrim. You do not want to be on the losing side.
No, I can tell you I do not want to be on the losing side, which is why I have allied myself with you. Right? You're on the winning side, correct?
You do not need to have such misgivings about yourself. You are a capable and competent fellow.
I'm going to sort of look up a little bit and be like, yes, thank you. Yes, I am. I appreciate that. I try my best. They always make fun of me, but I know I'm better than all of them. I've gotten the best of Drake multiple times.
Oh, I would have liked to have seen that. Maybe someday you'll have to introduce him to me.
Oh, I will. I'm sure he would love you. I'm sure everyone would love you. The whole crew would love you. You're fantastic.
Oh, you're such a charmer. And she departs by blowing you a little kiss, which actually ends up like an ember, like singeing into your cheek a little bit.
Like,
so,
thank you.
It's at once very seductive and at the same time hurts because it's burning your cheek. And there's just like a crackle of sparks and a clangor of chains, and she's gone. The visage has dissipated.
When she's gone, I'm just
Your toe is like on your back, like clutched in like this.
I'm gonna be like, Earthor, let go of my back. She's gone. All right.
Yes. Mistress is great, isn't she?
She's quite great. I hope this doesn't scar. I can't afford my face looking bad. Carderock! I'm gonna start waking up Carderock. Carderock.
Yes.
I'm gonna start slapping. Cod, wake up. Cod.
Malabulge. No.
Wait, Carderock. I need. Can you?
Coquitos. Which of the 9 hells is this that I am awakened in such a manner?
Well, it's one of the 9 hells, but don't worry about that right now. Can you keep a secret?
Do I want to?
Well, do you want to know what I just experienced? It was.
I'm not sure I do.
Well, anyways, I need you to keep this secret for me, all right? So I just talked with my patron, and turns out she's one of the devils from the Nine Hells, so that's quite interesting. Don't tell Noxiqual.
Well,
We have to find a man known as Abagor in the Devil's Den Cave.
Abigor is a funny name for a man. Are you sure this is a man?
Well, she wasn't exactly specific about
She.
the race.
Who is she, pray tell?
My mistress. My
Your
mistress.
mistress.
Sorry, I keep forgetting.
Oh, Veron was her name?
No, not Veron. It's where did I write it down? I keep forgetting the name of my.
So you have a mistress in addition to this Veron. Well, I suppose I'd have expected that.
If I may
Glasiah,
interject,
It's
in
Glasiah,
the context of Ikoria, mistress would be the feminine equivalent of master.
Okay, he
Yeah,
is.
he would. Carderock wouldn't hear that as like lover.
Okay, sorry. I would like to clarify that as well because yeah.
Actually, no, it's not. You just wanted to let Adam know.
Your mistress. Are you not a subject of the realm?
Well, that I am.
Are
But
you referring to Lady Rodvin?
no, I'm referring to Glasiah, the one who gave me my powers, and I'm gonna have like a few chains come out of my hand.
The from Ravenswold. Oh well.
Yes, but be quiet. I
Yes.
don't want Lykar to listen because if he'll tell the captain. You won't tell the captain, right?
I don't think so. I hope not. I
Alright,
hope
good.
it should never come to that.
It won't. It won't. Don't worry. I'm
Yes,
sure
yes.
that my captain will get along just
A
fine.
moral decision I would much rather not make now that I am saddled with it, it seems.
Yes, yes. Well, anyways, I just wanted to let you know about that. Also, I'm very tired, and now that you're all awake, I'll let you
Oh,
finish.
tired are you? You're very tired, you say? Well, I wonder why. I
Yes,
wonder however you can come to be tired on a dark night like this.
I just had a very traumatic experience. All right. Do you see this? Do you see this on my face? This is the kiss. This is a kiss from a demon. Okay. I'm tired and I want to sleep. So you take the next watch. All right.
Well, since he's
Whatever
showing
it
this
is
to you,
you-
since
Yep.
he's showing this to you, Carderock, by the light of the campfire, you do see a burn mark on his cheek. Almost looks like lips.
Yes. Also, Cod, do you think you could get rid of this at all? You have magical holiness and whatnot.
I don't know if we've come up with any rude gestures in Dreckengrim, but he's probably going to give a dismissive brush of the hand imbued with like 1 hit point worth of lay on hands to kind of like just like swat him away.
All right, you brush his cheek with 1 hit point worth of healing. The
God.
burn mark slightly fades.
Oh, God. That feels so much nicer. Thank you.
Yes, well, take care. You sleep a little further away from the fire now.
Well, just don't touch my cheek too much now, all right? Faran is waiting for me. Anyways, now that you're all awake, I'm gonna help him. Like, I'm actually gonna like pull him up out of his like sleep, so he's standing. And be like, now that you're awake, I'm gonna pat him down a bit. Be like, I'm going to go get my beauty rest, and I'm gonna go back and walk away to go sleep.
Also, Card, he may act all skeptical, but I don't think he has any reason to disbelieve all this stuff about demons. I think he knows a little bit of what's going on, even if not the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just to wrap things up, there's no other occurrences throughout the night. I'm going to cut back to the other two.
So actually, there is another thing, yes, that I believe that Noxiqual was doing.
Well, I'm going to cut back to the other two.
Yeah, but then
Noxiqual.
technically something will happen to these guys based on my actions. Because
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm making a DM note.
just in case. I mean, maybe for some reason I can't do that. We'll see.
I feel like Robin is just like continuously having more secrets from Noxiqual, and this is gonna be really bad in the end.
These secrets are going to, and they will, I can see this happening, bite Robin in the ass.
I just want to say, I think he thinks he has a lot more secrets than he actually does, because you don't have that many secrets from Noxiqual.
I have two right now.
Fair enough.
Noxiqual, night is falling. The sky is quickly darkening. Your shelter has been serving you well. I don't know if you've been debating to yourself to leave maybe tomorrow after morning. And amidst all of this, you see coming up through the nearby brush a wood elf dressed in nice winter warm clothing, none other than your companion, Drake.
Drake just walking out when he sees me, or is he hiding?
Yeah,
and doing
Drake, you've spotted Noxiqual at this camp
once he
here.
spots Noxiqual and it's actually Noxiqual, he's going to move out into the open. Otherwise, he would have been slowly coming out.
Yeah, I don't think I can spot his hide if he wants to remain hidden. But yeah, excellent. I'll stand up and be like, Drake, it's good to see you. Where are the others?
This
They
one
come
came
with you?
ahead of them. This one jumped and shadow stepped to shore to find you quickly. They will follow along when they can.
So they should be right behind you, is what I'm hearing.
Drake looks over his shoulder next to Noxiqual. This one worries that the dumb bird will get them lost.
Yes, they can be quite confused at times. Well, it's getting late. I was going to push on a bit more, but since you're here, perhaps we can just take a moment. I've recovered my magics, and I was thinking about sending a message if any of them are nearby.
This one might have some warm clothing still for you if you need it.
I would not say no to that.
All right, Drake's gonna open up his bag of holding and pull out whatever dry clothing he's got left to hand it over to Noxiqual for him to use.
I will gladly put on a warm
It's not
cloak.
much, but it's mostly like his spare robes and stuff.
Man, even a thin cloak would be nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. So we sit down by the fire for a minute, I'm guessing. I'm like, so what else have you learned about the island on your travels?
This one has found orcs.
That's
There's-
what I thought as well from this campsite. It's an orc camp with an
This
orc god.
one saw their skin seem. Wait, would Drake have seen their bluish tint to their skin, or
You didn't
no?
see those. You
Okay,
saw
no.
standard orcs.
Okay. This one does not know what tribe they belong to. This one does know that there is and Drake points to where the hunting camp that he saw the three orcs working on the bows were at. Camp further that way.
Well, we haven't had any reason to come into a hostile contact with them yet, so perhaps we'll just pass them by. But if they do show up, perhaps we can negotiate with them, do some trading, actually make some profit from this trip.
This one does not have much coin, but this one will help, however.
Yeah.
Pulls out
Honest-
a ration bar and hands it over as well.
Thank you. I haven't eaten all day. He'll start eating, and he says, "That was really something back there with the ship. Did you see what happened with the Merqueen?"
This one saw. The fog came in, covered everything on the water.
Yes. I wonder if the deep drinker suffered any serious damage from his reckless actions here. I know we're going to come into contact with him again when we go back to raise the treasure from your ship that sunk.
This one is unsure how much damage it took, but this one will be ready for it.
Even just weakened so it can't return to this realm might give us a window of opportunity, but there are some things that I think we should prepare before we head to the Deep Drinker's Island of the Dusk Isle. There is a place called the Devil's Den that I've been thinking about heading back to. I think there would be some useful things we could acquire there, and on the same note, we might be able to get rid of that relic of the enemy.
This one agrees, but this one also worries that the relic will corrupt whoever takes it.
No, trust me. There are more powerful things than that relic in the deep places of the earth. I think we could, at the very least, imprison it where no one could find it. But
Then
it
this
could
one
also
will
be
aid you
disenchanted.
on that.
Mm.
However we can.
All right. How long did it take you to cross the island, just so that we know we might be able to make it back to the ship tonight, or should we stay here?
This one took most of its day to make it here.
And there's no point in traveling at night, even though we can both see. We would only exhaust ourselves further. Let's settle down here.
This one also believes the orcs are patrolling their island since your ship is so close.
Indeed. Well, let's settle down here, and I will cast my dream spell to try and communicate with Lykar if he is asleep at any point this night. In the
This
next
one will
8 hours.
This one will keep watch while you do that.
And then I will trade watches with you. Sounds good.
This one only shall need 4 hours of rest.
Very well. And with that, Noxiqual settles down, casts his dream spell, which takes 1 minute to prepare, so he casts it on himself, and then he just goes into his trance.
Can I attempt to intercept the dream spell?
Alas, you can only dream of having such capabilities. So, Noxiqual, you go through your series of gestures and syllables, a short ritual, and you cast the dream spell. You enter into a trance-like state.
Yep.
Something is affecting your spell a little bit. You can tell. In your trance, you see mists, you hear wails of specters, you hear whispering, like all in the back of your mind.
I thought this might happen.
The presence of the Mer Queen in her land of dreams and nightmares is upon your dream spell. So proceed with that in mind. Who are you contacting?
Lykar, for 2 reasons. One, I just trust that he'd be the best recipient for the message, and he does
Two,
have.
he's not a babbling idiot.
What's that?
Listen, two, he's not a babbling idiot.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
A valid point.
My second point was I know that he's been troubled in his dreams by a following, horseman from time to time. So I'm curious if I ever catch in the dream realm that rider. I can use my magic to affect the dream. Maybe I can somehow trap the rider or fight the rider with Lykar, in some way, help him out.
Mm-hmm.
So just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm reaching out through the mists.
What do you tell him, or how do you appear in the dream?
Okay. Well, I will create this dream. Lykar's asleep, I assume, at some point. And I think, where shall we place the dream? Let's go with, let's go on board the ship of the Storm's Eye. That seems like a good place. So we're standing on the deck of the Storm's Eye, and there's a sea around us, a mist in the sea, of the dream realm. And we're just talking, like there's no one else on the ship. It's just eerily like a ghost ship, if you will. But we're both standing there, facing each other.
Lykar, you see this in your dream. You are aboard the Storm's Eye, only you and Noxiqual in the dark waters. But you see in the distance mists rolling in with the wails of specters.
Lykar, Captain Noxiqual, I'm here talking to you through your dreams with my magic.
Someday you will have to teach me this.
I cannot teach the magics that are given to me by my patron, but if you were interested, I'm sure my patron would be willing to take you under his wing.
Maybe.
Our magics are not incompatible. But I don't know how much time we have. The dream realm is afflicted by the Mer Queen right now, and her influence. Since her
You're-
influence. Yeah.
You were breaking up, but it sounds good now.
Thank you. Since her influence has been corrupting the near the island, where are you? Are you with the others?
Yes, thanks to Robin, we are lost.
Lost?
We are. Did we follow that river, Esper?
The river you've left behind.
Oh.
You've moved on far from that specific location.
Okay, I didn't know if we followed the river all the way up or okay. Do I know which part of the island we're at? Like northeast, southwest? Or we're just
You're suspecting west-ish.
west-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wave my hand and an image of the island, like a map, appears in front of us, between us. Sort of like a very not well made map, but because it's based on my knowledge. But I'm like, tell me, where was the ship? Where do you think the ship is, if this is the island?
Okay, well, we were in the south, correct? When we fought the deep drinker. And then we went around to the opposite
You fought the
side.
deep drinker on the northern cove, and then you sailed to the southern side and rowed to the southern shore.
Okay, so now we're on the south side of it. I thought it was the other way too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
So you point at a point on the map, you think it's over here, and I just, like, a little ship of the Storm's Eye, like, appears on the map. I'm like, from my knowledge, this is where I and Drake is with me. And I show, like, where the cove was, and then, like, a little dotted line, you know, like, kind of, like, circles around, like, where I believe I am on the map as best as I can. I'm like, this is, you know, still some ways away from the southern side of the island. Took Drake most of the day to get here. Apparently there are some orcs on the island as well.
Yes. And some of them are a bit odd. They have.
Oh, so you've encountered them?
Yes, they tried to force us to give them a tribute for allowing us on their island. I would have none of that.
I see. So what was the result of this encounter?
The result is we are going to meet again later after we have met up with you, and then we can decide what we wish to do with the orcs later. I have no love of orcs.
Now, these orcs, they take tribute. Does this mean that they have tributes and things of value, perhaps?
Perhaps they seem to serve a. We know this, right, Esper? That the Naga. They mentioned
Yes.
the name.
Yes.
Okay, I want a meta game here. So, they mentioned somebody by name if I can read my own handwriting. Gulan Kawai.
Why?
That's how I pronounce it. Gulan Kawai on Naga. Living Naga.
Grumlan Kawaya.
Gulam. Okay.
Grulam.
I just realized that name sounds very similar to Kawaii. So now I'm just thinking of like this super cute Naga.
See, that's the thing.
Robin
Though.
is
It's
a
not
man of
actually,
many tastes.
not actually kawaii. It's
No, of little
kawaii,
taste.
which means scary.
All right.
Sorry, I just had to mention that.
No, you're fine. A Naga. Interesting. That could be.
Is there?
What?
I was going to say, is there any like major features of the island where we could meet easily that we can't get lost getting?
That's a good point.
Is there like a big hill or?
There are a number of big rocky hills.
Okay.
At the moment, there's no, there's not like a big spire or something that's a clear marker. But it's not a large island, so
Yeah.
you've hit a coast, so you think it's something westish.
All right. Here's my thoughts. We need to meet up. We need to make contact with these orcs. It would be a lot easier if we meet at their village, because we can encounter some orcs and you can encounter some orcs and have them take us to wherever it is where the Naga is, since they know the island.
Very well. I'm sure we can bump into some orcs and ask to be taken to their village.
Yep. If things go awry and if you are in any danger, I give you full authority to act as you see fit. Destroy these orcs and their leader if you think that necessary, but if possible, we should try to see what benefit they might be able to provide us first.
Very well. They seemed a little distrustful of us, but they are blaming us for the storm.
Don't blame them. You had Robin with you.
Yes. Very well.
Let's meet tomorrow at the Orc Village. If needs be and you need to get our attention, I would say try casting, I don't know, send your bird, the raven looking for us,
Specters are approaching in your dream here.
I will make a brushing motion at them and try and use my spell to send them away.
Mm-hmm. So you are doing as you can to control them. It has some effect. You stave some of the initial ones off. You hear the cries, please, distress of a girl coming from the water.
Well, at least we aren't running into your rider, but it sounds like the Mer Queen may be trying to reach out to us again.
No.
Do you wish to?
Do you look?
Not yet. No.
Do you look? Nope. Specters are sweeping all around you now, harrying at you, clawing at you. Both of you make wisdom saving throws.
Okay. I got a nat 20 plus 4.
I got an 18.
Guys, they just want to give you hugs. Come on.
Both are successes. So in your dream, you're
like when that Gimli guy in Lord of the Rings, when the dead guys were coming, he's like trying to get them to go away.
Yep, I know that scene exactly.
You might need something a little bit more than puffs of air. You do have storm magic, so you're doing what you can in the dream realm to blast back and stave off these undead spirits.
Can he use his storm magic to make his puffs of air really big?
Yeah, they're puffs of
that's
you're breathing out like thunder.
Busroda.
And Noxiqual has Sombris and his Warlock powers. There's still cries of a girl from the water. What are you all doing now in the dream, or the dream that has shifted to a nightmare?
Yeah, I think we're going to cut it.
Yeah, I think that there's not much point to she's just going to try and lure us into helping her and whatnot. We don't abide the Mer Queen, so I'm going to say farewell, Lykar. I give it a pushing motion and knock him, out of the dream that I'm doing. So my dream spell will end.
Okay. There's a final image, just an image of your dream spell. Noxiqual, you see a bolt of lightning. It illuminates for a moment a dark hill. Atop the hill is the Dark Rider staring at you with these red glowing eyes through his helmet atop some kind of fell steed. This time there is a companion with him. It is a skull-faced one with a wicked longbow and a quiver of black arrows.
I would like to launch my Eldritch Blast at them and then end my dream spell.
Okay, so
just to see what happens. Yeah.
You send out your Eldritch Blast. It
see if it actually affects them.
Yeah. It strikes them in the dream. They withstand it, as you would imagine strong opponents to not be knocked
it looks
down.
Like it actually hit them.
Yeah, it hits them, and you can imagine how that might be if it struck a mighty opponent.
Yep.
So they withstand it, and they go to charge down and fire the longbow, and the dream dissipates as you've called it off.
Oh, we're gonna do this again at some point. That's good. I like it. All right. Back. I come out of my trance. I'm like, Drake. They have gotten themselves lost on the island.
Well, Robin's gotten us lost.
Hey, this is just me and Drake here.
And Card. Why is Card? I'm sorry.
This one wonders if this one was correct about who got the moss then.
Card is keeping watch right now, so he's not really paying attention to whatever's going on back there.
My plan that I told to him was that we should both try to find orcs to take us to their village, where we can all reunite together and regain the strength of our numbers. Then we can also parlay with these orcs and their Naga queen to see what benefit and wealth we might procure from this island.
This one would then recommend the camp that this one came across.
Yes, I think we should just get the rest that you need to restore yourself, and then so we are not exhausted when we come on them tomorrow at first light.
This one agrees, and this one shall finish the first watch.
All right, I go take a nap, and let's do this.
Okay. The night passes without further incident. Your two groups individually each awaken the next morning. The sun is blotted out completely by black clouds, and it is heavily snowing. There's also a biting, frigid wind. This terrible winter gale is not letting down at all. The campfires are out. You all awaken shivering.
2 points of order, though.
It's so cold, and it's really dark too. Sorry.
Before we advance, no, it's okay. After a long rest, technically, I think myself and Carderock are level 10 now.
Correct.
If you wanted to do something for this during the night.
Mm-hmm. Most excellent. So yeah, let's hear it one at a time. What is Card advancing as? Is he advancing as a bard or as a paladin?
Card is advancing as a bard until or unless there's a reason for him to take a paladin oath, essentially. And out of character because 8th level means an ability score increase.
Nice. So you are increasing perhaps charisma, or what are you getting?
Yeah. He's going to finally max out that charisma of his to get that sweet bonus to spell save DC.
Always a good choice. And does he get anything else, like maybe some additional spells known?
Yeah, he learns another 4th level.
Do you know which one you're picking?
That I have not figured out just yet, but I have some ideas.
I have all mine ready.
What is Card doing anything in particular as he has reached a new moment of self-realization? Is he praying? Is he writing a song, or has he maybe finished writing some ballad?
So yeah, he's sitting where he was keeping watch, idly plucking away a few notes of his Saturn, and yeah, he is writing a song. It's an original song, which totally is not just to the tune of an actual real-world folk song about ships. A song called Treasure Hunting, about what they're doing right now.
So it seems rather appropriate that he has come upon a new stroke of inspiration. Maybe now, like the final lines of the piece come to him.
Exactly.
And indeed, you are reaching ever further into the weave of magic, which infuses all the world. Some scholars even say that the cosmos was, or the world rather, was sang into existence by the gods. And you have achieved this great moment. What about Noxiqual? What do you receive at, I believe, 10th level Warlock?
Yes. So I get one of my Warlock Hexblade features, Armor of Hexes. I am swapping a couple things. I actually don't get any more spells except for one cantrip, but I am swapping a spell and I am swapping a invocation. The Tomb of Levistus is being swapped with, it's that one that we created.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
And-
Armor of Shadows. Let's pull it up here.
Yep.
I will probably be putting these Warlock invocations into the newsletter sometime soon. I'll make probably one or two more, and then it'd be nice to put it in the newsletter. Shadow
The
Barrier.
newsletter, which remind me again, is free to download, correct?
And
It is free to
sign up.
download
Every
but
month,
it
correct?
is
On your
monthly,
Patreon?
but it gets even better for those that subscribe. There are additional benefits such as custom monsters.
Did you hear that, everyone?
The
Custom
concepts are
monsters.
drawn from randomly selected patrons.
You could even have a two-headed dog monster with eyes on its tongues that shoots rays at adventurers and kills your character concepts in his videos.
Especially if said character has an 8 constitution. So Shadow Barrier is
Yes.
an invocation.
Actually, I have
You
a
can use it
folder
as a
of these.
reaction when you or an ally you can see within 60 feet would take damage or be hit. You enshroud the target in a barrier of shadows that extends a couple feet in all directions, blocking sight as though from a darkness spell. The target has total concealment and gains resistance to all damage except force and radiant. If the target takes any action or reaction, the barrier ends. Otherwise, it fades away after 1 minute. Once you use this invocation, you cannot use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
Mm-hmm.
And you switched a... by the way, so you just switched away Tomb of Levistus.
Yes.
So were you freaked out by the tomb and you're like, I'm never using that again?
No, I really love the tomb. I just think thematically the Shadow Barrier is more in line with the Patron.
Uh-huh.
Now that I didn't have that option when I leveled up last time, we came up
Wait,
with that.
was Tomb of Levistus the ice
Yep.
block
Yep.
thing that you, yeah.
And it's a great ability. It saves my life. So
You have reached finally the shielding magic that you were aiming for. No longer have to settle for your secondary option of the Levistus Ice Tomb.
correct.
And you swapped a cantrip, or you learned a cantrip?
I learned a cantrip, and I also swapped a spell. I swapped a 2nd level spell, Blur, for a 5th level spell, Infernal Calling. You know that one? That's the one.
Don't. It sounds like calling a devil.
It's basically Summon Greater Demon, but instead it is a devil that you choose of challenge rating 6 or lower, such as a barbed devil or bearded devil. They appear in the unoccupied space. You can see, blah, blah. Basically, the devil's unfriendly towards you and your companions, but you could try to actually convince it. So you can, on your turn, issue a verbal command, and then there's a charisma contest. And
So it's basically Summon Greater Demon, but for a devil.
well, actually, so what's better is he doesn't get a save at the end of each of his turns.
Oh, so once you have
to bargain with him up front.
You can do that, or I could just try and order him, and if he fails his check, he has to complete the letter of my order. You know what I mean? Until it's complete. But there's no like breaking free. He either breaks free when I make that test of trying to order him, or he's under my control until he breaks free.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't just automatically. He gets free will, I guess is the best way to put it. He's just unfriendly because he wants to tempt me to the dark side, kind of.
They do have cookies. They do have cookies, so.
Yeah. So that and the cantrip I chose was Create Bonfire. Appropriate.
I was about to say, I wonder why you got that one.
I mean, I do love my Babao, summon, but as a cantrip, over a spell slot, I gotta go with the cantrip.
So in the night, your patron appears to you. These blessings might be of benefit to you. It seems you need a more capable way of striking up a fire source to keep yourself warm.
I greatly appreciate that. Masked One. I tried to contact you concerning Orcus a while ago, but you could not directly come to me. Were you busy or distracted? I know there are events going on in the world that might interest you elsewhere.
There are many, many things that interest me. He gives you no direct answer.
Yep, that's fine. Thank you for the gifts. I will use these to further our goal of getting that artifact for you. To that end is where I'm headed next, the Devil's Den.
Devil's Den. But you are
Yeah.
so close to the Siren's Kiss.
I worry that the Deep Drinker, if he were to be able to manifest again, would destroy the ship. I need protection to keep him from destroying my ship.
You expect to find such protection at Devil's Den?
Last time we were there, you may recall there are runes and such that keep outsiders from leaving or perhaps entering a certain space. So if we could fit my ship with such runes, perhaps it would be useful. Also, no Abigor may be able to destroy Orcus's idol.
Oh, Orcus is a problem too. Well, don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Focus on one thing at a time. I believe that before long, that sweet prize will be in our grasp.
Soon, I promise, my lord. Let us speak again soon on this after I have made further steps.
By the way,
Yes.
have you managed to convince any in your immediate party to walk our path?
There are some, perhaps. Drake, being a shadow monk, is very close, I feel, to perhaps joining. He just has hesitation. Perhaps if you spoke with him directly, you might be able to sway him with ways that I cannot. Offer him a bargain, perhaps a pact.
Something tells me that he is going to be a more difficult one to sway over.
Perhaps so, but...
His agreement with me was a matter of life and death.
True. I feel, though, that he has the right mindset for it. If he were just willing to allow himself to see certain truths. Well,
What is it that he wants? You know him better.
What he wants. I feel that he is a man of honor. I feel that that is very important to him. And he is a man of wanting to do the right thing. If we can offer him a path that coincides with doing this, and our power gives him the ability to do so, he will serve. He serves me well.
Well, let's get on with it then. Call him over.
Into this, all right. I go to wake you up because I assume this is happening during my second watch, Drake.
Okay, so Drake,
wake.
eyes blink open,
Yep.
a bit dilated before they focus in on you.
My patron would like you to join a conversation, and we would like to speak with you.
This one was made a deal with your patron. This one thought it was a holding bit.
That is not what we are speaking of. You have done well to serve and honor your deal, but my patron would like to have a word with you all the same. Come. You see the manifestation of the masked one, I assume, right?
Drake, you go with him?
Yeah, you might as well. bit curious.
Okay.
The only other guy that he knows that uses shadows is actually met that's used shadows, so he's kind of curious about this.
So you go out back of the shelter, away from the crackling bright flames, and you see there, popping out at a strange angle of the shadow, is a mask like made of pure onyx, and a face with a
Smiling grin.
a face with a slightly conceited grin upon it. You've seen this face before.
Oh yes,
he
when
was
he was
there.
about to die.
He was there when the grasp of the deep drinker was inches away from pulling you into its maw of doom, and you made your agreement with him. Yes. Hello again, Shadow Monk.
This one greets you as well.
I speak to you from the depths of the Shadowfell. It is from this realm in which I dwell that you are drawing your power. I think we have some common interests, at least common tastes.
This one could agree to that.
I'm sensing that your party needs a bit more of unity. An army that is divided cannot stand.
This one agrees to that as well.
What is it that you want, Drake?
This one would wish to fulfill his promise. And this one wishes to fix the wrongs in his temple.
Fix the wrongs in your temple.
There is a corruption spreading through the border for Dionysus.
Is it a temple of the Raven Queen?
It is not.
Dionysus, I believe.
Dionysus, the Fury.
Yes.
Very well. So you respect strength, power, metal. Metal. Not metal.
I know what you're talking about there. This one does. This one is why this one respects Captain Noxiqual so much.
And where is this temple of Dionysus that you were trained at?
Give me 1 second.
Bazagon! Bazagon!
Bazagon. Sorry, I have it written down somewhere, and I just had to get it.
Yeah, this is all very interesting to Noxiqual too. He's listening.
Warsor, you're getting robotic again.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You just gotta slap the thingy-majig. Boom,
This one
boom,
comes
boom,
from
whacker.
Bazagon.
Bazagon. Fascinating. Knox, you have interest in visiting this place, do you not?
I thought that this would be a good voyage to make some profit from visiting Bazagon.
If there is profit to be had, Bazagon would be the place. City of mazes, hub of civilization in Ikoria. Why do we not ally our goals? I propose you a new offer, Drake. Don't worry, you need not swear any Warlock pacts to me. Not at this time, at least. I will give you something which you desire. Something which will aid your long-term objectives. And in return, you will ally yourself with Noxiqual, officially becoming member, perhaps ranking member of his crew. You will aid him in his pursuits in Dreckengrim until he has completed his objective of gathering that which needs to be gathered and slaying Victariel at the temple at the end of the world. Once that is completed, we will find some way to get you back to Bazagon, and you will be able to fulfill your destiny, whatever it may be. Revenge, taking over the temple, becoming a just ruler there, perhaps.
Drake lets out a small chuckle at the last one. This one has no wish to rule. This one wishes just to fix the wrongs in the temple. to bring back the original teachings, not what is now being taught.
Will fixing these wrongs include you having to do battle against your foes?
This one believes so, but this one believes by the time it comes, he should be ready.
Very well.
This
I
one
I can offer you something that will aid to this end. I will be able to play some mark on you. You must make an agreement with me, however, that you will ally yourself fully with Noxiqual here. I cannot have you simply helping him recover one trinket and then you run off.
May this one think about it.
Oh, I'll give you even more than that. I will give you some specifics upon which to think. So essentially, out of character here, the mass one is going to be giving some of his power. It's going to be costing him, but he's going to give you a mark, a tattoo. Really, is what it's a mystical tattoo. He'll give you two choices. You can take these. You can take one of these, and it will empower your unarmed strikes. But in return, after you finish helping Noxiqual recover the sunken item, there's going to be other things to collect, and then they got to fight this angel, archangel. Actually, minor difference there. And
yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference between archangel and a regular angel. Let's be clear.
And once that's completed, then Noxiqual and crew will aid you in striking down the wrongdoers at the Sunderwave Temple.
Okay. So it's Drake, for the most part, is not making an immediate pact with them, just another deal of sorts.
That's correct.
Okay.
No signing in blood.
Yeah, that's like the one thing Drake's like trying to...
No rituals. Don't
Yeah.
worry, I won't have you do anything devilish to get this agreement settled. Just know that if you do betray us, the consequences will be your life.
This one understands. This one, though, does wish for time to think on it.
So he explains to you these two options you have. The first is the tattoo of the ghost owl. You will get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with unarmed strikes. Same thing as if you have a +1 weapon, right?
Yeah.
And now I want to clarify one thing. Are you technically supposed to do unarmed strikes, sneak attack with unarmed strikes?
So, from my understanding, is the sneak attack is just anyways. It happens if I do that shadow step.
Mm-hmm.
I think, from my understanding, it triggers for any stealth attack. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I can look it up real fast.
Okay, so my suspicion is that bare hands are not supposed to be for sneak attack, but we're just kind of doing it that way since it fits your character.
Yeah.
So what you can also do is you will deal an additional 1d6 sneak attack damage with your unarmed strikes.
Yeah, actually, the sorry to interrupt. Yeah, sneak attack. It says that you an attack, if you have advantage on the attack roll, the attack must use a finesse or a ranged weapon.
Okay, so by the book, it shouldn't work with bare hands. You should be using like a some monk weapon or something. But whatever, you've played your character so long this way. I'm not gonna mess with that.
So one gives
by the way that I've written this up is that it allows people to use unarmed strikes for sneak attack, and you deal an additional 1d6 with unarmed sneak attacks. Okay. So that's Ghost Owl. The other one is a tattoo of the White Tiger. It's similar in that it's the +1 to hit and to damage. And once per round, when you deal an unarmed strike, you can deal an additional 1d8 of cold damage.
Okay. All right. Well, those are both actually really good.
And you will have an actual like tattoo on your body, like this stylized, mystical looking marking. It's not going to be glowing or anything, but it's just like a wicked looking tattoo.
I kind of figure I'm just trying to think on this one because both are so good. In group combat, like when there's a lot, Drake doesn't usually do sneak attacks, but like on a singular target, he usually does. So it's like kind of one of these ones I got to figure out what's going to be the better for Drake fit. Would fit Drake better. So I'm definitely going to need to think on this one.
While you think on that for a moment, I was just going to say, on a personal note, Noxiqual would say to the masked one and to Drake, both of you have always honored your word and your contracts. I think this alliance will make both of you stronger in the long run, even if it seems in the short term like one side may be getting more than the other. I think that you are both going to come to respect each other in your keeping your word, and that will create true allegiance here. And on a side note, Drake, I also enjoy having you at my side, so this will be good.
Oh, I agree entirely. Our bonds grow stronger. Our chances increase. I, for one, am not ready to see the world taken over by undead or aberrations. In fact, I like things quite a bit the way they've been going for some time. I just want to be whole again.
This one can understand that, and this one agrees. The world just needs a bit help at times. This one's temple is one point to that.
Very well. Also, I'm happy for the blow you struck against the Raven Queen in Ravenswold.
Did we now? Through the actions of taking that man away?
Oh, indeed. Maybe it was unwitting, but you aided the enemies of the Raven Queen.
Excellent.
He seems to have a great amount of glee in knowing that you all captured one of the key Raven Queen figures from Ravenswold and turned him over to the,
are we talking about that
vampires.
Yeah, we talking about that the vampires that I sold my soul to, or not?
I
sold
thought
to,
they
but-
were allied with the Raven Queen.
That's their
No.
front. They're
That's
actually
their
allied
front,
to
exactly.
Messiah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you guys should totally mention that. Robin.
And the guy that you captured was on the side of the Raven Queen and
Makes
the
sense.
secret playground.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
which we're gonna potentially go back there at some point. We'll see.
Yeah, there seems to be some bad blood between Raven Queen and Masked One.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
so that means Robin's Patron, maybe.
Well,
Patron
we're not enemies. We'll put it
Your
that
your
way.
patron is at least the enemy of the
of the
Masked One's
enemy.
enemy.
Yeah. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
Yeah,
Right,
there you
Knoxville?
go.
Right,
No.
Not
Knoxville?
always that way. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. They're just a temporary ally.
Mhm.
All
But
right, so
anyways,
if you want my suggestion, I personally suggest Ghost Owl. I think it's the most thematically appropriate.
It is, but my one thing is I haven't really used the sneak attack strike a lot because Drake doesn't actively always shadow step into that area. Because if we have a combat situation where there's no shadows for him to step out of, really, it's not as useful.
Mhm.
I mean,
well, you just need advantage or an ally adjacent, like someone else who's engaged with that.
So
target.
it would just be a double teaming on whatever. Okay. Let me think on it. Hopefully before the end of the session I'll have an answer because this is like one of those ones I got to figure out.
Okay, so
but
it
you
sounds
accept
like Drake is accepting, but you, out of character, Vince, just need a moment to think about like
Drake-
mechanically which one you like. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go ahead and like go through
yeah.
with it, and then later we can say that it was that one or that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one will agree. This one only does because no blood or main offering is needed between us. And this one it does agree to help Captain Noxiqual. It has no problem doing that.
I'm very pleased to hear that. Step forward.
Drake steps forward.
All right, you take a step closer to the masked one. The shadows seem to contort and twist, and almost hand-like appendage of shadow reaches out, and it traces something on your.
It would be his left side, It's coming up over his back, and so
Okay.
you can see part of it on his neck.
All right, so it goes up over your left shoulder and it's just up to the lower part of your neck.
Yes, you can just barely see it.
You've heard about tattooing before, and you expect to feel like this stabbing or maybe searing sensation, but it's actually not. It's incredibly cold, like the depths of night and shadow in the middle of black winter. And there's this like freezing sensation. It does hurt quite a bit, but just for a moment. But oh, does it hurt? And then once it's gone, it's left behind this highly stylized tattoo of either this ghostly wraith owl or this white tiger creature.
So pretty much like when Drake steps through the shadows, he's feeling that sharp cold.
Yes.
Because that's always what I pictured, like when they step through, it's this suddenly sharp cold because there's no light, there's no warmth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Precisely that. Well, I would like to think that this moment has been mutually beneficial. Noxiqual, I'm trusting in you as always. I've wagered very, very much on you. You are my biggest investment at this point in time. Continue to make me proud.
I assure you, you will be rewarded soon for this investment. Thank you.
Until we speak again.
Until then.
The face just melts away into shadow.
Yep.
And it's like he was never even there.
Drake's
All
rubbing slightly where the new tattoo is. I just kind of getting used to that new feeling.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Drake. You have taken the first step on the path of the masked one.
This one wonders if he jumped too soon. But this one will honor all agreements.
I think it's only natural for you to have reservations. You're a cautious man, but you've traveled with me for some time now. I assume that you have seen enough to know that we are not demons or unreasonable monsters in our orders. I serve willingly, and you have, up to this point, already done much to help the masked one. I think this is natural.
This one agrees, other than the occasional summoning, perhaps. Drake's making a jab at your summoning of demons for combat, but he's doing it mostly, I guess, an offhand, not as a massive fault, but more as kind of trying to be as a joke. Because he agrees, like he doesn't see Noxiqual as a main enemy, but he is still a bit cautious.
Let me ask you this then: how do you feel about devils?
Drake is just gonna just face palm and just shake his head. This one will follow you.
Excellent. Let us rest, and then tomorrow we will head to the orc camp. And with that, I'm fine with ending the scene so we get to the orc camp or whatever.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
agree.
Let's okay, so you in the dream you talked to Lykar, you told him to meet you at the which orc camp?
We're trying to go to where the Naga is, basically.
That's
because
right. You told him to try to find orcs and get them taken. Okay, I got you.
Seems reasonable because there's only one Naga, and if the orcs take us both to the Naga, we'll meet up.
I'm tempted to speed this up because I want to get to that scene.
Agreed. I'm down.
Yeah. So let's do that because I don't think it's going to be so interesting to
bump into some orcs.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
Yeah. So let's speed this up. So to set the stage here, you're essentially in two groups at the moment. And the following day, you, through your means of looking about, come upon orcs that are perhaps hunting or patrolling the island. You talk to them, you persuade them as you can. I mean, the one group is already essentially parlayed with them once before. And you are kind of, playing the take me to your leader card here, which seems reasonable. You've at least shown yourself as a force to be reckoned with on the island. And it seems to be in their interest, right? You're going to see our leader. We have all of our strength together. So our side will be even stronger. Plus, maybe that will get you to give your offering to our mistress, the island. So I think it all fits. It all makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you're led by these orcs across the rocky, hilly terrain to the eastern side of the island. There is a large ridge there. The terrain doesn't change much at all. On the southern slopes of the ridge is a village. Again, it's not quite what you think of when you think of a typical orc settlement. In fact, a lot of this village is inside of the hill. They have tunneled, and the architecture is of better craftsmanship than a typical orc. The village is populated by dozens of orcs. Plenty of them are not warrior orcs. They're just, young orcs, and there's old orcs, and there's, mother orcs nursing their young. And it's a whole living community here. They have some external structures, but a lot of the structures are inside the hill. Especially the bluer skinned ones, the smarter ones, they seem to prefer being underground as much as possible. The full force of their combatants in total is going to number maybe around 30 total. There's one chieftain guy. There's the 6 blue-skinned, smarter ones. Then there's more than 20 just grunts, right? Just regular old grunt orcs. And you all are taken to an internal chamber. They've got, some custom and some, you all are announced. There's a bit of organization here. It's not just, grunts and crude, barbaric ways. The leader, this Naga, is a very striking being. She is a large, kind of anaconda-ish shaped body, a very large creature indeed. And her head has humanoid-like features to it. She even has her hair done in this really elaborate braid. She has piercing eyes. She has a light blue tongue. Her name, as we had a little bit of discussion about, is a little tricky to pronounce in regular humanoid tongues, but it suffices well enough to say Grumlan Kawaya. So you are there in her chambers. Many of the orc warrior types are gathered about, the chieftains there, and she sees you all and speaks to you in the common tongue. Well, I'm going to have to actually believe that you are here. I am Grumlan Kawaya in your tongue.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Captain Noxiqual, and these are my other crew.
Yes, Noxiqual and the Stormbringers.
You've heard of us.
Oh, I've heard of anyone who is anyone in Drakengrim and beyond.
Excellent.
I'm offended you haven't heard of me.
I can't say that I have, unfortunately, and not for lack of, things that I'm sure you are known for.
One of the blue-skinned orcs who, is standing close to her speaks up. Your glory was well known in its era, and it will be reclaimed again, my mistress. Take no offense in these adventurers. They have yet to learn of the strength of southern seas.
Thank you for your words.
I have a quick question. Is everyone here at the moment? Did we skip that far ahead, or
yes, the party is
the entire
convened.
party.
Yeah,
Okay.
the orcs led you here.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't.
So you're free to throw a monkey wrench into the team's plan.
Yeah, that's.
Esper, I
We're
forgot
here,
to ask,
Robin.
how strong is the wind currently?
You're inside at the moment.
Well, no, outside, because I was thinking Drake's Falcon would show
Oh,
up.
yes, I totally skipped over that detail.
Storm.
The wind is really strong. It's like a blizzard outside.
Okay,
It's just,
so then
it's
the
just as
Falcon's
bad as it
still
was
on the
back
boat.
in Ravenswold.
It's still probably hanging out with Kobe.
Are we outside, by the way? Like with this Naga, are we inside?
You're inside. Yep.
We're
They have internal structures. You're in a big great hall or gathering chamber. She's atop a stony dais. There's tables. There's braziers of ever-burning bluish white flame. It's a pretty spectacular and somewhat supernatural-looking great hall here.
How many orcs are in here with us?
Like 30, you said?
Just a little less than 30.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that
Yeah.
they were all in here. All right, just checking.
Yeah, you were seeing the host of the Naga.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. Continue, Noxiqual.
Oh, it's all right. They were just kind of asking her to pardon our lack of knowledge because we're just ignorant, basically. And so I pipe into that and I say, thank you for your words. It is true. I do not know of your great deeds, but I would like to get to know more of you and your people here. Perhaps we could benefit if you know of me and my crew and how we...
Perhaps you could tell me why Deep Drinker struck at my island.
I can only guess why he did. I cannot know his mind, as he is an alien creature from elsewhere, outside our realm of
Is
Drekkenbrim.
that so?
She looks deeply into your eyes.
I'll stare back.
If
You
I
want to
may
try and-
interject, these are troubled times, Your Eminence, Grumlan Kawaya. I may say I love what you've done with the place. It is a lavish hall, and we are mere simple folk from the mainland. And if we have not heard of you, it is only for our own ignorance, due to our lack of travails so far.
You are less ignorant than you let on, human.
Perhaps, but
Do not lie to me in my own court.
in a
Why did
world,
the Deep Drinker attack?
in a land of dreams,
Enough
one
flowery
faces
words.
nightmares. In a land of dreams and nightmare, things have a way of happening.
Listen, you can fancy up the words all you want. She's asking a direct question, and I'll give her a direct answer if that's what you want. Deep
Yes.
Drinker is an enemy of mine and my patron. I think that either it saw an opportunity perhaps to seize some great magical artifact, as I have some magical goods aboard my ship.
Your sword?
My sword is a powerful...
What is that sword?
That's a very personal question, don't you think? You haven't
Well, you
answered
are
much.
personally in my court on my island.
Real quickly, when Noxiqual mentioned his patron, Drake once again touches the new tattoo that he's got. Well, he's still it's like still fresh on his mind.
Right.
Listen, I respect that we are in your home, but we came here of our own accord and free will to parley with you. You have asked us many questions. I am willing to answer some, but I would like to know, what is your intent with us? Why should I answer your questions?
There is a slight delay before she answers that,
Yep.
and she's like boring into your eyes. Make a wisdom saving throw.
throw. That's fine.
Glad it's not me. I am very bad at
Let's see. Plus 4, that's going to be a 17 total.
You feel something touching your mind, probing your thoughts, but you shield it out. You block it out if you choose to.
I feel like I kind of do. Like, Noxiqual would not just let someone in his mind. I feel like I just slam my mental defense on her, like a door being shut. I say, well, that was rude.
Oh,
Trying to
my
evade-
island is now surrounded by mists and specters.
That is not my doing.
You are
That
here,
is
you are
your
outnumbered.
queen.
Your crew is probably dead by now.
Wait, I'm gonna step on it. Wait, but are we dead? I don't feel dead right now.
You're not dead, you are not in hell.
Oh, thank goodness.
This is
I didn't
not an
think we'd
episode of
hell.
Lost, Robin.
Not in
Mark, I
hell.
don't think so.
You had
This
me
one wonders,
fooled.
what is an episode of Lost?
Um, we're outnumbered, indeed. As you say.
I
Do
need to
not
know
think
why it
me
is
helpless.
exactly I should not have you all killed right now before me. And I'll
Because
pluck
we're-
that sword from your clutches and add it to my collection.
Because we're really
Because-
good people and you like us.
Because if you gave that order, all your men would die, and you would also die too.
The
Do not
orcs,
think me
the orcs grunt.
helpless.
Especially the grunty ones. They're really agitated by those words.
Noxiqual.
There's also
like,
a couple of the blue ones are like translating to some of their comrades while you're speaking.
Mhm. I'll say, you may be powerful, but do not underestimate me or my crew. Each one of us alone could take every orc here. Together, this is no contest. Do not let the illusion of your strength in this place fool you into believing you have control here. I allow this for the moment.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
If I may,
I merely need them to speak one syllable and my arcane wards will activate. You will all
Yes.
be frozen in paralysis.
yes, or alternatively, the way I see it, this is no contest, as he says. For any sort of fight, any sort of martial engagement, would be an exercise only in futility and needless loss of life. What we are doing here is not more than spinning the wheels of a cart caught in a muddy track, when we should instead be providing a shim for it to roll along over to safety. We came here for information. You wanted us here to ask us questions. We are here to help each other, are we not?
Yes, as my friend here says, would it not be more beneficial for us to not fight each other? I mean, if we fight each other, even if we don't win, I mean, there's going to be many casualties on both sides. Trust us, we know what we're doing.
Oh, she looks right in your direction, Robin, when you start speaking there.
I'm gonna look back at her.
You
and,
feel
like,
something also probing your mind. If you want to resist that, make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna try and resist it. Come on, dice. Oh yes, that's an 18.
Nice.
Okay.
It is a wisdom, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do a similar thing that like Knoxville did. Just sort
Your force of willpower
immediately-
keeps her out of your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at her and be like, "Oh, that had a weird tingly feeling, something like you usually do to me, Card. What was
I
that?"
reach
Naga?
up
Do you-
and I
do you
grip the
keep-
hilt of my sword.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
gonna
cast
say.
another spell on any of my crew, I will strike you dead.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna pull out my dagger and start flipping around. I'm gonna say, "You've already tried to mind control or probe 2 of our thoughts and you failed. Do you really want to try a third?"
We have a chance here to end this peacefully, but if that is not how it is to be, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of bow
Roll
my
the
head and say,
dice.
I'm gonna bow my head and say, "We only wish to talk and not have combat, but as my captain here says, we are more than capable, as I believe we've just proved."
The threats to the Naga are met very, very poorly.
Mhm.
I
I feel like, unfortunately,
it looks like she's about ready to strike unless somebody does something to stave it off otherwise.
I see her about
Stay
to
your
strike.
hands
Like
and
the
your
horse,
ill-advised
She's
words.
like holding back the grunt warriors. The Grumlan herself is like puffing out like her neck frills.
Stay your hands, steady your ill-advised words. This is
Sorry.
foolishness. You are all about to become as mummers, as jesters, as those who would entertain the gods with only a tragic tale of the sheer stupidity of the manner in which they died. What we are here,
It sounds
we are
like a
gathered here
threat
for.
that she's not gonna like. I'm already going.
All right.
I'll go to attack her because
I
she's
was gonna
attack.
cast counter charm, but I guess.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
It's fighting happening.
basically, as soon as you started puffing up, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna go this way. And then you started talking. I'm like, I hear like a threat in your words implied. I'm like, yeah, she's not gonna play nice.
Robin, by the way, while this is happening, while I see Knox doing this, Robin's actually just like, this is not how I wanted this to go at all.
Well, I'm sure Lykar is gonna have some fun.
Yeah,
All
as
right.
Noxiqual is pulling a split out, I'm just thinking to myself, Messiah, any help here possibly?
I want to try and stop her from saying, the word that she was going to say to, basically, I have an action, but I'm ready to roll off against her.
Yeah, are we doing initiative here?
So I'm going to need to get stuff together.
You're
I
fine.
know what the monsters are, but
Yep.
I can get a map going if you guys would like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And I feel like this won't necessarily take long, one way or the other. We'll see.
Oh, 9 lords of the 9 hells, how their 9 turds in this place swell. Well, a fight it is then.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. We could have handled that differently, but
We could have not threatened the.
Well,
here's-
I was waiting to see if we could get like an intimidation roll or something because
Yeah.
because Robin is very good at that.
Well, so am I. But my point being is, we could have handled it differently and been very, subservient. But that's just not who I am. That's not
Yeah.
who Noxiqual is. And
If
I
it-
feel like she came at us with all these impertinent questions. And I'm like, you don't even know us, lady.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to just demand answers.
Honestly,
us.
Robin was going to actually be more subservient and bowing and stuff, but then you started like being more aggressive. And I was just like, well, I mean, like, I can't not back you up. Like, if I don't back you up, it's going to like look like we're not working.
It's gonna
together,
not
you know?
jive well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to take the lead on that one because I was like, "There's 2 ways to play this, and Noxiqual isn't going to have any of this."
Robin just is gonna back you up. He's just like, well, we're in this situation together. It's like.
Well,
it's gonna be real
Drake's
interesting.
now going to back Noxiqual no matter what because he's now crew.
True. And everyone, if we had a little time together before we walked in here, I would like to give the inspiring leader bonus to everyone.
I would assume
If-
that would have happened, yeah.
If there was no time to do that, Esper, I gave it to myself and Drake since we were
I
together
would
at
have-
the start of the day.
I know that. I mean, this might. I would have like going into a monsters area with potential combat. I would have given myself like mage armor, like just like preemptively, just in case something happens.
Tell me, mage armor is easy enough. It's just an action.
Yeah.
Tell me about the inspiring leader. How do you do that?
Warsor,
Hello?
you're muted.
Hello.
He's reading.
Sorry. I was on my character sheet. I
Yeah,
couldn't click
I'm
on
putting
it.
together an encounter on Map Tool.
Yeah, I
So-
heard
but
you.
but I can listen.
Yep, I heard everything. So basically, you can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions, shoring up the resolve to fight. When you do
Okay.
so-
I don't think that happened before you all met up here.
Then me and Drake would have had that because
You
it
and-
happens
Uh-huh.
at the start of when we set off.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
I'm gonna
sense.
be right back. Before I go, are we rolling initiative? Because I can go ahead and roll my initiative before I go. I'll be back. In
Yeah,
like
just
a minute.
just roll it and put it in the chat, and if you're not back yet, then I'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Drake, you get 15
I should have
temporary
this-
hit points.
Oh,
I should have
15.
it put together
Awesome.
pretty
I
quickly.
just want to clarify something. I rolled a natural 20 for my initiative. I know that doesn't really matter for initiative, but
Whoop-dee. You know what?
Well,
I should have
good
offered
thing you
her.
got that out of the way now. Oh.
Should have just offered her the filter of love as a offering, but no.
Thank you, everyone. Please bear with me as I'm putting together the
No
encounter.
problem.
It's going to come together pretty quickly here. I've got the map. I'm just making the tokens now.
Yeah, you're fine.
I was
try and
actually
make you
gonna
delete
know that
A lot of
I
them
was
at
gonna
once.
have Lykar do a subtle spell. He was gonna hold something back, and just in case.
Nice.
Oh, I need to roll initiative. Whoops.
I have everything ready to go on my side. Oh yeah, I guess I should roll initiative.
That's actually not bad.
Mine's not great.
I'm not
That's
decent tonight.
I'll type mine in as well.
Esper, it is going to be the owl. I figured out how I can use the shadow set more in daylight.
All right.
Drake can just throw up an orb of darkness 60 feet in the air that casts a massive shadow on the field.
Cool. The tattoo of the ghost owl.
Yeah, so the head
is upon you.
So the head is kind of like peeking up.
A lot of birds in this
Excellent,
party.
excellent choice.
Yes. I don't know how big the shadow of the orb is going to cast, but I just know it's going to be big enough for to cover most of the field.
Cool. Now we'll have our own island here in a few minutes.
I mean,
We're getting an island.
I was about to say, remember that whole thing about getting a stronghold going?
Yeah, here we go.
Islands
guys.
are notoriously defensible.
They are very defendable, but you have to have the manpower to defend them.
Or the Stormbringers to defend. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he would need to hire more crew members. just
I'm just saying, the Basilica and the K is real close. We just free that guy with a restoration or greater restoration, then base him over here, and have him kind of help out.
Well, that would definitely be a good one because we all figure that's gonna be a boss fight,
Mm-hmm.
or at least a mini boss.
Meh.
Well, it's gonna be a fun fight anyways with him if we do anything like that. But let's get an island.
Can Drake be classed as a bird now? Sorry, just reading the chat messages.
No, that's Robin. That's what well, technically he's the dumb bird. Nick, you are okay with that, right? I can come up with something other way to call Robin.
Dude, you're fine, man. I find it hilarious.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's like an okay nickname for Drake to give to Robin. Like you're not gonna be upset with it.
Again, like I always like that's character stuff, Like
Yeah.
it's not personal at all. Like, I think the jokes are hilarious.
Yeah, well, Drake sees because I'm trying to do like the Jack and Vergas speak type style. So yeah, like, he doesn't say names. Yeah, he always uses like kind of like a descriptive. So he's going to use bird for Robin, but he sees Robin as an idiot. So dumb bird. Of course, Noxiqual is only going to be called as Captain though, because he now serves him. But everyone else is going to have some weird nickname. Or if he has to say a name, it's going to be horribly butcherized.
I'm eating to prepare for the battle at hand. I must be strong.
Get me theirs. The healthiest battle time snack.
Hey, Warsor, do you know how I make the background, the map itself, to enlarge it? I want it like double the size.
Okay. So.
Be right back, guys. I need to get more water.
Yeah.
Did you?
Do you want me to share my screen with you?
Sure.
That might be easier.
Yeah. I have to get my map tools knowledge kind of dusted off here.
Okay.
So is that an image, or did you load it as the map when you created the thing?
I loaded it as the map.
Okay, then it's probably not editable at this point.
Okay, so new map?
Yep, you could do a new map, and then what I would recommend doing is...
Just a question, is there a reason why we need to enlarge it? Can't we just use that?
Because the scale, maybe? I would, honestly, Esper,
It's
why
not
don't you...
bad, but it seems like it should be bigger than that. If it's like a Naga's place.
That's true, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I could see it working either way, yeah.
I mean, my problem is if you stretch it or make it bigger, the squares are still going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
the-
here I have an idea.
Mhm.
Let's see how well this works. But I'll have to manually do it for everyone, but change the
What?
size to small or tiny.
Oh, for like the tokens, yeah. You don't have to like change the size of us. You could just.
Oh, that works.
I mean,
It doesn't look very good though.
no, don't do that, Esper.
Yeah.
Do this.
I'm just gonna keep it as is because I don't want to take up too much
Okay.
time.
Okay,
I was
Esper, I
gonna
have
give
to
you
ask,
a
did you
very quick
draw
way to
that?
do it.
No,
Or did you- okay,
no,
because
I grabbed
I'm-
it quickly.
Okay, because I was gonna say that is really cool looking map.
Oh, thanks, man. I
Usually, I would say Robin would be
just a minute to Google it.
He Googled it himself.
Yeah.
I would say I think Drake would be behind Noxiqual. But that's fine how we're set up, I guess.
He's all
I'd
just
be-
dropping us down for the moment.
Okay.
I'd be next to. I'd be probably next to Card if possible. Like if you could switch me and Noxiqual. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, Drake's not a big speaker, so he lets other people do most of the talking
Good
almost
old
directly.
trusty Carderock. You're gonna protect me, right, buddy?
Nope.
I remember
Yeah.
that time when I protected you from the Sphinx. Remember that? Yeah.
The Sphinx?
Yeah.
It was a manticore, and it
Oh,
ran away.
Oh, I see. You correct me when I say it, but when Carderock talks about it.
Mhm. It's because there was another incident with the Sphinx that you don't know about. that
Oh,
he
was there
did.
actually?
Yes, the time when I defeated the Sphinx with glory and honor. I slew a Sphinx, you know.
Hey,
Oh,
Esper.
really? Did you now?
Esper, you know that you can like select a couple miniatures,
Yeah,
Control C, Control
Yep.
V.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
I was checking to see how many I need here. Okay.
This is what was the Hydra Village all over again?
Oh, the lizard folk.
Yep.
Except without a tower to hide in.
I mean, there's stuff in this room that you can hide in.
I have invisibility. I'm gonna run away.
The bookshelves. We can use them somewhat as a
Yeah.
barricade.
Esper, you can make multiple of them and then just drag them around. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. Let's see, we got
Oh,
9
these
guys
orcs-
there,
Oh, these orcs are really weak.
12 guys there. Nah, they're all like 9th level characters.
Oh,
Let's
my.
see.
So what do we got?
Well, guys, I already have my next character ready to go to get approved. What about everybody else?
Oh no, I already know what I'm playing next.
I've got my next guy ready to go.
I got mine too.
Do you really?
Everyone's
Yeah.
just like, we are ready. We are prepared to die, Esper. You think this is a joke? You think this is a game?
Yeah, I have like 3 guys that I've created that I can pick from. But I'm
Maybe
going with my
they're
half orc
Maybe the
board.
orcs are just here to watch the Naga like fight us because they think the Naga can take us, and then we beat the Naga, and then they like worship us.
I mean, probably not. That's not really how most societies work. If you kill their leader, they generally just get mad.
Trial by combat, man. Come on.
Yeah, we didn't really do that.
We just went on the attack.
I like how they're all just nicely kind of like sitting in rows, you know, on the side. Or standing in rows.
Such orderly orcs they are.
Oh man, it just warms my heart when
Yeah,
I can.
we should roll with this because I don't want to take up more time.
You're
while
fine, man.
setting things up. So,
Hey, Esper, you're fine. We're all having fun.
all right,
Take the time you need.
that's the important thing.
Yep.
Let me get the orcs out here. Got them. And the Naga. Cool. I'm going to roll some initiatives and we shall start.
Excellent.
All right. Okay.
Is there actually something moving in that green liquid over there on the left?
It looks to be a shark.
I mean, this is a map that was Googled. Like, I don't necessarily know it's.
It's a shark, but it doesn't appear to be a living shark. Hello, doggy.
Who's doggy?
I think Dennis. Mine's in her crate.
Yeah, mine's sitting under the table, lay at my feet.
Nice.
All right.
Foot warmer.
No, I don't want
except
one.
It's 95 here today.
Yeah, same here, man.
Oh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
I got into my car in the middle of the afternoon, and
Eat.
the temperature gauge in my car said 103.
Insane.
Yeah.
took
Cannot
my-
wait for the
I
cool
took my
weather.
daughter to work today. I rode. I have a Harley Davidson, and I just threw her on the back of that, and
Nice.
I.
Oh yeah, that's.
It was even hot to ride that.
Yeah.
So you're saying it was a hot rod?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's a car. Dang it, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Get out of here,
all right.
Esper.
Well, tomorrow is going to be a battle at my place of employment for that one parking spot under a tree.
Oh, I get to work an hour early just so I can get that spot because there's no parking on the street, and there's 2 spots that have shade in the afternoon, and I get the better of the 2 because I get there an hour early.
My classes don't start for another month, so I don't have to worry about the outdoors.
All right, so I'm looking at initiatives here. We have 25 for Robin.
Yeah, I got 25. Yeah.
Woo! All
Yeah,
right.
I should beat everyone. I'm gonna turn
Then
invisible.
we've got
and run
19
away.
card. Carderock, what is your dexterity score?
It is not fantastic. It is an 11.
Okay. Then after 19, what do we have? A 17 for
17.
Knox?
Nope, that's for
Drake.
Drake.
17 Drake, okay.
Did Lykar, did you roll?
Yep, I got a 22.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, 22.
That's important,
That
actually.
is...
Yeah.
Very, very important.
That will
because
make a difference.
We need
I'll make
him.
a huge
We
difference.
need Lykar to like kill
Bye
all
bye,
of
all
these
those
on the
little
right.
things over here.
Just cast your like most powerful spell and like use like
You
in
can't
the
handle
bar?
his most
just
powerful spell.
destroy everything on the right, and then we'll
No,
deal.
cast the largest affecting spell that does the maximum amount of damage and drop it right on all those guys over there in the bookshelves.
All right,
I
so you all are atop a 5-foot dais, and then Rulam is atop a 10-foot larger dais. These blue skin ones are the blue skin ones. This is the orc chieftain here. The blue skinned orcs are in plate armor, actually. The chieftain, or war chief as you might call him, is in some kind of mail, and then the grunts are wearing just orc armor made of various hides and such. These over here are the basic orcs, the grunts.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Okay, so I am going to be using this map like as is. So this it looks like it's not alive. Some kind of eel, shark, some kind of strange thing. There's arcane markings and paraphernalia throughout this place. This is some sort of globe or astroglabe. This is some manner of telescopic device.
Mhm.
There are some glowing rune type things. There are stairs. There are stairs that are going up to the corridor that leads into other underground chambers of their hill villa.
Ideally, by the end of the session, we'll have actually made a bit of a money haul out of all this.
Oh, yeah.
Or we'll be dead. One of the two.
I mean,
Well, there's 2 things that are going to happen after this encounter. We're either going to make some money, or we're all going to be dead.
Yep.
Either way, I don't give a shit. Let's do this.
Speaking of treasure, Groomlon herself is wearing a very nice looking headband with a mystical rune on it.
Dibs.
What's
Robin, you are the first to act. The orcs look like they're getting ready to just break into an all-out rush for the party. Groomlon looks like she's starting to cast some spell. What are you doing?
I have a quick question. Sorry. With regard to invisibility, how exactly does that interact with like seeing creatures and whatnot? Like, will I be able to like? Does it like cause them to have disadvantage on attack against me? But like,
They
if I
just
move
can't
them-
see you, so they won't be able to target you unless they know which square you're in.
So yeah, so
Okay.
let's say you're invisible and somebody attacks into your square trying to hit you. They know maybe they've heard you or something. They have disadvantage. Otherwise, they don't really know where you are. So we've had situations where I just make something up, like the person's guessing what your square you're in, and they get like a 1 out of 8 chance because they're just firing in your general direction.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say, what's the Naga's name again? Forgot.
Groomlon Kawaya.
I say,
You should get it wrong.
my kawaii, you're quite beautiful with your little thing, but now we have to kill you, so I'm so sorry. And now I'm gonna turn invisible. So yeah, I'm gonna use one of my spell slots to turn invisible, and then I will use, I'm going to get, if you can just go up a little bit, I want to get to, go up a little bit further. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash sort of up on, so where the Naga is standing, not close to her, but sort of where the telescope is, that top square. I want to get around there.
Up there?
Invisible and up there.
Let's see how far I can go. 5, 10,
All right,
15.
so there's 15.
Just,
that would be like double, so like 30.
Well, I have a,
40.
well, if I do a bonus dash, I can get 60 feet.
Yep, 45. 60
and
feet would be there.
Yeah, not right there. So go diagonal to the top right square.
Like there?
One more up.
There?
Yep, right there. Yeah. And I want to do this sneakily, so I don't know if I need to roll a stealth check or anything. I want to
You're
make sure
invisible. You're fine.
I want to make sure nothing can hear me.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for moving silently.
Yeah, that's pretty high. I didn't roll pretty high, but let me see. I forgot how much it is. I have ×2, so that's. Oh, that's right. I leveled up, so that's 8, 13. That's a 22.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
and,
no one looked in your direction.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, like I'm gonna turn invisible, and then I'm gonna sort of whisper to Noxiqual, be like saying I'm going, like I'll take her out when we need it.
All right. Lykar, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try and. Are these squares 5 feet or 10 feet?
They're 5 feet.
They're 5 feet squares. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to count squares. It's a little small on my iPad here. So 1, 2.
If you need me to zoom in or clarify anything, just let me know.
No, I can count. That's all right. I'm gonna go because I want to try and obliterate the guys on the right. So I'm gonna go down. Are they walls between them? I see like
No, these things here,
yeah.
they're not walls. They are benches or.
Oh, it's a bench. Okay.
I thought they were bookshelves.
Yeah, I think on the map they're supposed to be bookshelves.
Okay.
But we'll make them like benches since it's a court.
Seems good.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to.
Yeah, well, they've like sprung off of the benches. They're like they're darting to attack.
I'm going to try right in the middle. I'm going to go down I'm going to move about 3 squares down. And then I'm going to cast a fireball to the east, centering as best I can on the guys like a little above them there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just.
All right. You cast your fireball. Groomlon herself spits out a spell as a reaction. It was a counter spell.
Okay.
Your fireball turns to ash in your fingertips.
Oh, super.
I'll have none of that.
That's her reaction, though.
That is her reaction. The orc chieftain.
That's going to put a damper on things really quick.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
You moved me by mistake.
I did. Thank you. I'm on the...
Yeah, I was wondering. I was just like, did Lykar?
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'll say 5 feet. You can hop up onto this dais. Seems easy
Okay.
enough.
Sure.
All right. The chieftain goes there to strike at Noxiqual.
Yep.
I will cut out your tongue.
He attacks with a great axe.
Yep. Noxiqual just meets his axe with his own blade and turns, tries to turn it aside.
Now, how high up is that dais that we're on?
You're on a
That
5
panel?
foot. You're on a
5.
5 foot dais.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he just like vaults up there, swings with a great axe. 2 attacks.
Come at me.
Got a natural 1 and a 13 to hit.
Neither
You
of
turn
those.
his weapon aside. Carderock!
All right. So, first, Card is going to look over at the blue-skinned, plate-armored orc thing standing right next to the Naga herself, and is going to force him to make an intelligence save.
All right. And what is this force to make an intelligence save?
What
What are you using?
This is a spell called Enemies Abound.
Enemies abound. All right. You cast your spell. His intelligence save is 19.
Damn. All right. That makes most stuff. Stronger will than I thought. He shall fall. He shall fall. And with that, Card is going to... well, I guess the orc isn't really going to move on his next turn, the war chief. So yeah, Card is going to go and use a blade flourish to move up to the war chief and attack, spending a bardic inspiration die to add to that attack, or to the damage rather.
Mhm. Are you able to cast a spell and attack?
I don't think you can do both, can you? Is this an action?
No, never mind. No, you're right. There is no attack. I thought it counted as a move when I did that part, but no, it doesn't. So never mind. He's just going to move there, and he's going to invoke his tunnel fighter defensive stance.
All right, so you enter your defensive stance. The orcs now begin the rush.
Don't worry, guys. Robin's in the corner, invisible. You guys got this.
Okay, it's 25, 30. And then as a bonus action, they aggressively move.
Yep.
All right.
I'm actually really worried for Lykar right now because...
Are you doing all their movements at once and then their attacks?
Yeah, let me get everybody moved or ordered up here.
Wait, are they using a
Vaults up
bonus
there.
action to dash?
They
Yep.
have a special orc thing that lets them move towards an
Oh.
enemy as a bonus.
Oh no, Lykar. They're all surrounding you.
Yeah.
You should have turned invisible and gone closer to
I
the Naga.
mean, realistically, he was gonna blow them all up. It
Yeah.
just fizzled. Although, if he had used a higher level spell slot, the counterspell may not have been able to take effect.
Yeah, she'd
Yeah.
have to make an ability check.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's why I asked. I was just like, did he use a higher level spell slot?
Nah, it's
If-
all good.
I
How
kinda
do you
wish that-
squeeze 2 guys into the same square there, Esper? Just out of curiosity.
Because they're just regular guys, not gelatinous cubes.
Okay.
I'm not a stickler on people going into the same square as others.
Oh, cool.
As long as I can imagine it, it's fine by me.
I kind of wish
Works for
that
me.
she had just
Yeah.
countered my invisibility spell so that we could have blown all of these orcs out.
Nah, that's all right though.
I wish the fancy orc had failed his save so that he'd be attacking the Naga right now.
Yeah.
Lykar, a number of orcish axes are striking at you here.
Okay.
In fact, 8 of them.
Oh god, what's your AC, Lykar?
Natural
39.
1, 10. I'm calling out the 2 hits. 21?
Yep.
All right, so there's 1. 11.
Nope.
Critical hit.
Esper, I would like to use my ability, my invocation, as a reaction.
Okay. So, are you doing it right now?
I would do it like as the attacks start raining down, the first attack that hits him,
Okay. So,
which would give disadvantage on any other attacks, I guess.
I think I'll do it starting now.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, that's up to you. I
Because
basically, yeah.
it seems like you're using it now because you're seeing he's starting to get into some trouble.
As soon as the first thing hits him is the one that I would do it on. So
Uh-huh.
that's the idea. I get it. You've already rolled, and I didn't say it quickly enough, but
Disadvantage to guys.
Yeah.
All right, so you're wanting to do it off the very first hit.
that would be ideal. Thank
Okay. I will use the D20 of fate. Do you want even or odd?
you. Even, please.
It is odd 15. So it's after he's been struck by the critical. That's when
fine.
you're like, no, and you invoke it now. So
Okay. Could I
Lykar,
invoke it on the critical so at least he takes half damage?
yes, yes.
Okay.
So he'll actually have to re-roll. Yeah, he'll actually have to re-roll on the critical one. So
Okay.
he's
That's fine.
Okay, so far I see 2 have hit me. So far.
2 have hit, and this one would have been a critical. The actual with disadvantage is 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so you've got 3 normal hits, and 6 of them have attacked, and there's two more. Okay, 9 and 15.
Yep, 15.
All right, 4 of these have hit. Okay, that worked out pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. So I just make a gesture, and a shadow bubble engulfs you, surrounding you, and they're all just swinging, and their blades might even be hitting each other's blades as they're
I'm
swinging through the
blind!
darkness. Yeah.
All right, so these are the first 2 that hit you, Lykar, before you had the resistance.
Okay.
All right. This is 25 slashing
For both?
together. Yeah, both.
Okay.
And then
And then
now you have
resistance to
the
all
resistance.
damage.
So this shadow barrier will stay on you until you take an action or you move. So in other words, if you were to just stand there, everyone has disadvantage and you have resistance to all damage.
Okay.
No, he can still move with it.
It's when you
when
take
he
a
takes an
action.
action or a reaction.
There you go. Yeah, it's when you take an action. All right. And then 18 halved is 9.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Trying to keep you alive, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet. All right. There's.
Quick thing, make sure everyone has their 13 or 14 temporary hit points.
No, we do not have that, Nick.
Oh, we don't have that? Oh, I thought you gave
That's
it.
There wasn't a
specifically
moment.
said.
There wasn't a moment where your whole party was together for him to give you the rally speech.
Okay, I see. Okay,
Drake
never
and
mind.
myself have that. I
Yeah,
should
Knox
correct
and Knox and Drake have
Any
it.
favorites I see, Captain?
that. I mean, yes.
So when that orc, the one that is currently you put in melee range with Card,
Yes.
when that comes within 10 feet of him, he's going to use his reaction to opportunity attack it.
Okay, go for it.
All right, that is going to be not naturally, but a 20.
Most definitely a hit. It's just a regular orc. It's got some patchy orc hide armor.
All right. So with a great big swing, that's not going to be terribly impressive. That's only going to do 12 damage.
That is still a really good blow against an orc of this sort. Do you wield a longsword, a rapier?
Longsword.
Longsword. Okay, yeah. So you give him a really good slash. He howls in pain. He doesn't look too happy by that. Where else? They're flooding this dais here. There's just like orcs coming and coming and coming. All right. So, Carderock, you are being attacked. 15 to hit.
I'll let you know when one does hit.
Actually, I'm sorry, 17 to hit. He's flanking you.
Okay, still no.
Okay. And then Noxiqual.
Yep.
19 to hit.
19 will just barely hit. Yep.
6 damage.
Got it on the temp hit points.
And let's see, that was that one. Oh, look, they're actually numbered. How convenient is that? Okay. Drake. Drake, this orc is actually trying to grab you. Make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna go with acrobatics.
Is that is Drake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still has to make an attack roll technically if you're using the grapple.
He makes an athletics check to grab.
Yeah, that's after the attack hits.
Nope, just athletics check to grab.
Okay.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Hold on.
Oh, hello?
I don't know what happened.
You're muted, man.
You're muted. Oh, maybe you needed to mute.
He said he got a 19 in the
Yeah, you
chat.
said you got a 19.
Okay, I see it there in the chat. All right, so he evades that. Here's another one attempting to grab. Got a 18 athletics. Go ahead and roll again your athletics or acrobatics. All right, so he grabs you, and he is actually pulling you. We'll say he can get you about to there. All right. You are amidst orcs. He did quite a bit of moving, so we'll say because he goes at like half speed while he drags you. That was actually the wrong guy. This one here also is grabbing. I've got a 13 athletics.
22.
20. Okay, so you evade the one's grab, but this one has you. Is that all of the regular orcs? It was. Okay, that was a lot of things to resolve there. Next is Drake. It is your turn.
Drake shadow stepping.
You were in Bright Illumination.
He is going to. Where is all the light coming from?
There's ever-burning flames all over the place here.
Okay. There is a bubble of shadow around Lykar. Okay. Gotcha.
Wait, quick question, Esper. Are there no shadows even like on the orcs? Like, are the orcs not emitting any shadows?
I don't think you can shadow step through
Any shadow.
just a person's shadow.
It says let me double check, but I'm pretty sure any shadow.
It
I
would
think
be
you
Esper's
have
call
to
on
have
that.
to be like in dim light or dark light, not just standing next to a person's shadow.
Yeah, I don't know the stuff. I was just asking. So
No. Maybe if it was like the shadow of a giant that completely bathed you all the way, shrouded you entirely.
You are correct. It needs to be dim light or darkness, but
Yeah.
it says from one shadow into another, so it doesn't quite say. But the dim lightness does.
You need to. It's like the environment needs to be dim light or dark light.
Okay. So there's no way.
The Naga hisses at you. Don't try your tricks in here, monk.
So there's no way to drop an orb of darkness over the light sources.
Well, you tell me. What do you got?
Well, so the internal flames are everywhere, correct? Internal light, you said?
Yeah. If you want to use a darkness spell, that will put out the flame. It won't shine through it.
Because I'm trying to figure out how I can get Drake into some shadow, so you can shadow step out.
Are you casting a darkness spell?
Yeah.
Just right on yourself?
I'm going to have it a bit also covering Noxiqual to give him that shadow abilities.
Tell you what, this square right here, or maybe these two, that is shadow, like behind this tank, that corner there.
Well, that's
I
where
don't-
Drake's in the aim for if you can get his shadow
Wait,
step.
quick question. Although I want Drake to be able to get out, can he see that?
Just barely.
Yeah, that's a good.
Oh yeah. It looks like he can see it. Yeah, like
If it's a
Just
tank,
right.
he can see through the tank, I would assume.
that's true too.
All right,
I think he could barely see it. Like yeah.
good enough for me. Is that the right size? I don't think that's the right size for.
It's 15-foot radius.
Oh, that's right, because I had it for that bigger map. Okay. All right, so that is 15 that way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Does that look right? No, that looks weird.
Wait, is it a 15-foot radius or a 50-foot diameter?
Which should be
15-foot radius.
Radius,
six
okay.
squares.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still a little too big.
It's double dark.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
As long as it touches a square, it doesn't it's not going to fill the entire squares because of the circle.
Yeah.
So
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That looks good to me. Okay, so you have cast your darkness spell, and then you shadow step over there. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. You escape the grasp.
And that would literally be his turn.
You escape the grasp of the horde of orcs that were trying to drag you off somewhere.
So you can't even see into the darkness, right? So Robin would not be able to see into this darkness.
Correct. And Carderock just got engulfed in blinding darkness. Well, maybe he can poke his head out to that side.
I'm just imagining like Robin seeing like the single head of Card like poking. around.
You might see his feet.
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
it's technically an orb.
all I see is his feet, his head, and his hands. Like
Yeah, you see like his
body is-
boots and his helmet.
yeah.
You know what happened to the last guy that poked his head out of the darkness, right? He got pincushioned.
Oh wait, is Lykar in the darkness as well, or?
Lykar is engulfed in darkness right
Yeah,
now.
Lykar's in the
because
darkness.
of yeah.
All right. Continuing on, it is the Naga's turn here.
Perfect timing on that darkness.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah, that makes it harder for her to hit.
You can't even see Noxiqual.
Yeah, and I'm invisible, and Drake is. Oh, this is good. This is good.
Darkness is just such a great spell. I was
This is
thinking
also
about
you have
doing it.
Noxiqual.
Yeah.
Noxiqual at this point can just rip everything apart.
Yeah, it's gotta be careful.
She slithers over to here and sends a lightning bolt that will affect Carderock and Noxiqual.
It won't hit any other enemies because doesn't it go in a straight line?
She just sends it like that,
Okay.
like a line, just like going this way.
Okay.
Both of you make, I almost said reflex saves, dexterity saving throws.
Let's see. Dex save.
I always say will saves with my home group.
Also, Adam, don't forget you have inspiration.
Oh, that's true. That's.
Well, I haven't actually used any inspiration yet, but I do have inspiration to give.
I just
yes.
want to make sure you use
Yeah.
it before the end of the game. Otherwise, you'll just be like, "Damn, I didn't even use it."
Yeah, you
Yes.
have inspiration from last session, and then Card can give the bardic inspiration to other people.
We
Correct.
have so
Correct.
much inspiration. Such inspiring words.
That is actually what I was about to spend right now.
Esper, I failed my check.
All right. I will assume you rolled sufficiently low.
I got like an 8 or something like that.
All right, so my inspiration has been spent. I needed the advantage because the orange die rolled a 9 and the blue one rolled a 20.
Ooh,
Hooty
nice.
hoo. All right. So you did, I'm sure you saved with the 20 plus whatever you got.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Plus
Lightning rips through.
How much damage?
12, 16, 22, 27, 30 lightning damage.
Got it.
15 to Card.
Okay, it's half, not avoided. Cool.
And
Yes.
Card's armor got rubber padding underneath it.
Wool, but yeah. It's not
We
conductive.
aren't called the Stormbringers for no.
Well, no. I guess I'm trying to come up with like a funny reason why
By the way,
you only
while we're
took half.
Esper, I do have a question about this area. Are there like any windows or anything of that nature in this area?
There are not. It's purely subterranean where you're at.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
You're not deep underground, but it is inside the hill. They've tunneled down a bit. Okay. Right. This one here.
Oh,
Heading
shoot,
this
I
way.
dropped 2 plates of key. Oh, wait, got 2. Never mind.
Each time you move those creatures like in my direction, I'm like, oh no, did they see me?
Yeah, you might actually suspect he was coming your way, but he doesn't. He goes all the way across,
Yeah, I
down
was
these
just like-
stairs, and he seems to be heading for this circle of runes right here.
Mhm.
Oh, the Naga did mention using runes to like stun us all or something.
This one will swing at Carderock. What does he have? 2 great axe attacks.
He gets a disadvantage since it's in darkness, right?
Carderock, are you looking out of the darkness?
Oh, it's...
Say no.
Not at the moment because it's just been cast and I haven't really had a chance to do anything yet.
Well, I imagine you see the enemy coming and you like duck your head back into the glow.
or alternatively that, yeah.
Yeah.
While doing so, you step on the orc behind these toes.
Okay, to hit 9 and 19.
The 19 does.
Yeah, it would have been a critical if it wasn't disadvantage.
Draco only one has 120 AC.
Ooh, that was a low roll. 5 damage. A measly glance of the great axe off of your pauldron. Okay. Drake, you're being beset upon by these 2 that come rushing in. Okay. 2 hit. 18
Miss.
and an 8 obviously misses.
Oh, yeah.
24
That's a hit.
and 17 misses.
That's a miss. Needs to beat a 21.
Oh, my dice fell. On the table. 16 damage.
Okay. Oh, there goes the bonus hit points. That's what they're there for.
All right, so he moved over there. This one here. This one's shouting to the orcs to get. He's shouting to the orcs in the orcish tongue. This one steps to there and looks to be prepared to strike at anyone that he can. Noxiqual.
Finally, all right. Yeah, this all happened quicker than, unfortunately, Noxiqual's initiative let him act, but he's been paying close attention, and he can see through the darkness. So, first thing I'm going to do is, as a bonus action, Hex on the Naga. And then we need to get rid of some of these numbers. Esper, I need your help here because apparently you can draw the lines best. What is the best cone shape? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
what's the
doing
best
it autos.
cone shape for a 60-foot cone, I believe? That I can get as many of them without getting any of my own, specifically, if I could, everything that's like just to an angle along the side there.
Like this sort of deal.
Yep, like I want to get like the top one that I can of Lykar's group, but not Lykar himself. You know what I mean? Like if there's a line of the cone, the line would go right past Lykar's, body.
Does Hex stack, by the way? Just a question.
Hex stack?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Stack? Because I have Hex as well. That's why I'm curious.
Oh no, my hex is not the spell hex.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. No, it is the feature.
It might catch that guy. Well, no.
Okay.
Which one are you?
I'm
No, it won't catch that guy.
right. Yeah, I'm there.
You should catch
There you
the
go.
blue ogre as well.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Maybe he'll catch the blue guy way over.
Yeah, the
there
guy's in the back
on-
too, because this is a 60-foot cone.
60 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
So
What
that
are you
should
casting right
probably
now?
hit there. 15,
We'll
30, 45, 60. Yeah, goes down to there. So he'll be in it.
Noxiqual will say, "You brought this on yourself," and then he spreads his hands, and a blast of cold darkness shoots out from him, erupting a 60-foot cone. They need to make Constitution saving throws, or take half. If they make it, they take half
Mhm.
damage.
Mm-hmm. Cone of cold.
Yep. You
Very
got it.
nice.
I have
All right.
that.
I will roll some con saves. We'll start with the blue skinned one. 17?
17 is not enough. 18 is the target number.
18. Woo. All right. And then there are 3, 6, 9 grunt orcs.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to do it in this order, like
Yeah,
1,
you
2,
go.
3, 1, 2, 3,
You know
1, 2,
if
3.
they make it or they don't. Yeah.
All right. We have fail, save.
I'll start rolling the damage so that I have
Yep.
it ready for you.
Fail,
Because if I roll enough that even half damage
Save.
kills them, we can just cut out a whole lot of
Oh, yes, please
whole
do.
lot of rolling on your part. Let me give you the damage first. Let's see. That's 4, 7 dice. I need more. Where are you? I know I have another D8 here somewhere.
All right, four of them saved.
I'm looking for my last D8. I guess I don't have it right now, so I'll just roll these and then one more time. All right. Oh, that's some nice damage. All right, let's see. 10, 20.
All eights?
Not all eights.
Ah,
26, and then one more. 30 damage on the full damage.
30?
And then 15. What?
Well, I'm laughing. You might want to guess what the full max hit points is of an orc.
31? I don't know.
Of a regular orc is 15.
Oh,
oh my god.
so just for thematic effect too, you do know if a creature is killed by the spell, it becomes a frozen statue until it falls.
All right. So you let out this blast of cold. You're really the only one who can see it. No one else can. Even the orcs themselves can't see it.
They
But
don't
what
even
you
know
see,
what's happening.
yeah, you literally see this whole group of orcs right here get frozen solid to like living chunks of
Statues.
solid. Yeah, there's
They're
statues
just
of solid.
statues.
The flash freezed.
Like their screams just like cut short in this awful blast of cold. This blue-skinned one, though he failed, he's not defeated by that.
Yeah, he just took a mighty hit of ice.
It was a mighty hit for him.
Mhm.
All right, so we have orc number 4, 7.
I would like to move from my initial starting square 1 square down as well.
Yep, give me just 1 second.
After hearing Noxiqual's proclamation of death, Robin secretly in his head is like, "Yeah, Captain, kill them all."
I'll be honest, that was not the best spell, but it was the best. It's not the best spell I have, but it was the best spell to deal with a bunch of enemies without hitting my allies.
Yeah, I think the
right
issue
now.
right now is there's just so many small enemies, and if they surround you, which is what happened to Lykar, it's really bad.
Well, I'm giving Lykar a way out too, ideally, and then once
Yeah.
he finds a way out, maybe he can drop some fireballs.
Yep.
There
Well, he
we
also
go.
had-
Look at that.
No, wait. Lykar can see
Nice.
because he has the Ruby of Seeing.
He has to activate it, but yes, Lykar, you do have a Gem of True Seeing. However, that would disable because that's an action.
Yeah.
So
would-
that would
so-
that would take you out of your darkness bubble. You may
So,
want to move.
Lykar, there's a blast of cold, a horrid, frigid thing that just passes like right by your ear, and you hear a couple of these orcs like their gas freezing in their throat. You're not quite sure what happened there, but it sounds like Noxiqual just completely decimated with cold damage some of these orcs near you.
I have cone of cold, so maybe I kind of.
Yeah, you would
Okay.
even recognize.
All right.
Smile on
So
my face.
yeah, in that case, you recognize what he just cast there.
And I'll shout, to your north, through the path of the cold. That's the way out, Lykar.
It is Robin's turn. Okay. Yeah. Knox just cast a cone of cold through the darkness here. You are invisible, hiding by this strange telescopic device. What is this wonder here?
Also, I did mention I moved 1 square south. If you
Yes,
could just nudge
yeah.
me that way.
Oh man. So I know what I would do if I knew that like all of these orcs like just got annihilated. But what I was planning on doing, since I wouldn't know 100%, I was actually I don't know exactly how this would work. I kind of wanted to like not pray like out loud because I don't want anyone to hear me, but I wanted to like ask Lasaya for like a lot of assistance right now, if possible. I don't know if that would take an action or like what I would need to do, like a religion check, or I don't know. Like that's sort of what I'm wanting to do.
But you're not doing it out loud?
No, I'm
Okay.
doing it, like, in my
So
head.
what I'll say here is you mentally are calling out to her. There's not really any effect from that. So we'll say that doesn't take up your action. You can still be acting while you're chanting to her. And then on your next turn, if you consider otherwise, you can like call out aloud and we'll have you do a check of some sort.
Okay. Let me think what I want to do here. Oh man, this is interesting. Do I have like any? Probably should have checked this. I thought that was going to take my action. Let me check if I have like any tools that I. Oh, I
Yeah, a
have the
lot of
magic
time to
bean.
think of your actions, sir.
I know. I have the magic bean. I'm actually going to. I think I'm going to look around. Like, is there like any like magical items or any tools around this like area where I'm at that seem like weapons, perhaps?
There are some magic components. Make an Arcana check for a knowledge.
So that'd be like intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm actually decent at this. It's not amazing, but it's a 14.
14. Okay. You're not sure. Some of these ingredients must, do some like a burning or acidic effect if you throw them onto someone, but you don't know which ones would produce that effect.
Okay, I'll just like take a. I'll just I don't know if it would take my turn, but I'll just take as many of them as I can and like put them in my bags for like future use. If I still have if I still can do something, I'd like to maybe just somehow make some sort of trap with them, perhaps.
Gathering items, I would say, would take your action.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. You can do like one free object interaction per turn, but it's a real fast thing, like draw your sword.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll use my action then to sort of get all these items together. And I'll also do it as stealthily as possible so that this Naga doesn't hear what's going on behind her.
Okay.
Yep. So you loot while the rest of us are fighting. Got it.
I'm getting a trap set up.
No,
That's your
I
action.
already see how this is going to happen.
Let's keep it rolling. You do your looting.
Lykar.
My turn.
It is your turn. You're facing an arcane foe who has countered your fireball. Orcs swarmed you. You have this barrier of darkness around you. If you take an action, the barrier will go away. If you move, it'll stay.
What's to the south? A little farther south. Is there like a entryway?
Yes. Yeah, there's an open. There's a couple columns that flank it. There are
But
these.
Be clear, you're in
There are these
total
that look like
darkness.
gate or portcullis wheels, but currently that is the portcullis is up.
Yeah, you don't see all that though. You're completely in pitch
Oh
dark.
yeah, that's true. But he saw it before, so
That's fair. I just
that's
wanted
what's
to
over
make
there.
clear. You can't like dimension door to it.
And Noxiqual was shouting to you, saying like, if you just go like to your left or something, the orcs are slain.
Well, I guess I can try. I'm gonna try and move north by northeast, so like more northish, but a little eastish.
Okay.
East is
Sure.
right?
So here's what we're
Where
gonna
do
do. Since you can't quite see, I'm gonna have you help me out, guys. What should it be here? Like perception, maybe, to know like a live orc versus a frozen one.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Seems like I think perception sounds right. It's wisdom based.
Sure.
He's using his
Okay.
senses. He's feeling out in
Yeah.
the,
I think a
I mean,
wisdom
he'll
is
tell really quickly when he touches a frozen orc.
yeah.
Okay, I got an 18.
Okay, so essentially what you have done is you have not bumped into a live orc and provoked an opportunity attack, even though in darkness, he would know you're there. But you just kind of squeeze and slip through these things pretty slow, like they're frozen like statues. So we'll say that can get you to like over to there with your movement. We did it like
Okay.
half speed, like a difficult terrain.
Okay, that's good, I guess.
I would.
So you still have your action. You can use it if you want. If you do, it breaks out the shadow. It breaks you out of the shadow barrier. You'll still be in the globe of darkness, though.
Yeah. Basically, you're not going to be able to see unless you use your true seeing ability.
Right. Well, I'm trying to think of if I can take. I can probably. Oh, hopefully she doesn't have another one of those.
Well, she can't see you. She can't counterspell what she can't see.
Oh.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
you can only counterspell if you have line of sight.
Oh.
Which is why if you can see through the darkness, you can use this to protect you and continue, casting spells.
This is true.
If you activate the true seeing thing, it takes your action. It'll last for 10 minutes.
Then I lose that little spell you gave me, right?
I mean, that's going to go away when you cast a spell anyways.
Oh.
But the thing that it does is being done by the orb of darkness effectively.
Yeah. And it just helped you greatly helped you defensively when all those orcs attacked you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like if you want,
That's one of the main ideas. Is it's sort of like a upgraded shield spell.
The idea that me and Esper worked on was Tomb of Levistus, but can be used on an ally, and it doesn't quite work with all those
Okay.
temporary points.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, that sounds like the best order of business right now because I'm.
Gem of True Seeing.
Yeah, I'm guess I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
Yeah.
So you all kind of like shout your plans or whatever to each other there. Knox, you activate the Gem of True Seeing.
No, Lykar does.
Lykar,
Yeah.
sorry, and the shroud around you dissipates, but you can actually now see through the darkness. You see these frozen orcs, like frozen in shock and agony, just these icy meat statues.
I want to also clarify, he can actually see invisible creatures too, which means he can see Robin looting in the corner.
I'm not looting. I'm making a bomb.
He's
I
totally not looting. He can see Robin not doing anything in the
I
corner.
am making a bomb. It's
See,
very
now Robert
important.
has yet to do anything useful for this fight.
I know. I'm
Well,
making a
I've done-
bomb. It's gonna be really good.
My point being,
Aaron.
he can see that, so he doesn't have to friendly fire Robin with a fireball if he doesn't want to. He also can see through illusions and everything else.
Mhm.
So.
There's no illusions. He does see Robin though.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I really don't know where else to go. I mean, I don't want to get too far out of the blackness.
You've done your actions. You're set up for next turn nicely.
Carderock.
Oh boy.
You have a decision to make.
Oh.
So this chieftain is pretty adamant about grabbing hold of you, and he's like going right for where he knows you are. So you have a choice to make. You can make the skill contest, right? Like athletics or acrobatics. Who, if he wins, tie or win, he grabs hold of you. Or you can let him grab hold of you, but I will give you an opportunity attack since he's going so far, like right onto you. He's like going sort of into your space, into the darkness to make sure he's grabbing onto you. So strike at him. You'll have advantage because he cannot see you, but he will grab you.
And I will be grappled.
Yeah.
I think I'll take the attack option actually.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
All right.
Stick him right through the head, so that way he dies.
Or alternatively, the insert will come out of my tower and the dice will get stuck, and I'll have to fix it. All right.
No, that doesn't work.
There we go. Cool. All right. That attack then, with advantage, is going to be a 22.
It very much hits.
All right. I needed that advantage because the other one rolled a 3. Okay, so yes. I am going to smite him.
Smite away.
I'm going to... He's more powerful than a regular orc. I'm going to burn a 3rd level spell slot on that smite because I want him to go down rather than grabbing me and hope that'll be the ticket to doing it. So, yeah, let's see.
All right, let's see it.
Just gotta hunt down all the actual dice that I need to make this. There's that one, there's that one. Where did my other D10 go? That's a good question. Oh, there it is. All right. So, yeah, with the smite.
It's a lot of dice.
It is a lot of dice. All right. $27. Don't know if that's quite an... No, sorry. 32.
32. All right. You smite the war chief of the orcs. It is a strong blow, but an orc war chief is not felled by one such strike.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you will allow him to just like come right up onto you and grasp hold of you. He will then pull you out of there. Oh, I don't want that one. He pulls you this way. Essentially, he's trying to pull you over the ledge, and it seems like a move that would like slam you to the ground. Make a athletics or acrobatics check, contested against his athletics.
All right, that I can do because I've got quite a bit of ability to do that. Just gotta flip back and forth between a few tabs to where my sheets open. Alrighty. Boom, 24.
Okay, so you beat him. So instead of sailing over the edge, you both go prone. You're essentially wrestling on the ground now. That's the extent of his turn. It is now your turn. You're wrestling with this orc war chief. What do you got?
I have got strong desire to use the fact that I can reverse this move to just like straight up suplex him onto the floor and land on top of him shield first to deliver a sort of choking chop to his neck to try and force him to the ground and cut off that blood supply and just
Okay, well that's what you're aiming. That's what you're aiming for. Roll an athletics check.
All right, that I can do yet again. That is the exact same thing. The die came up a 17 both times, so it's a 24.
Woo! All right, he has 16 19. It is not enough. All right. You take him off the edge. Let's see. Let's figure some damage for this. Just do like the regular damage you would deal with one of your attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That sounds good to me.
All right. So that's not the best roll on the damage. That's only gonna be a 13 for that.
13. Okay. Got it. All right. So you slam him forcefully to the ground. What else? What else do we have here? You have your bonus action. Can you do anything with a bonus action?
Wait, I can make 2 attacks.
Okay.
I have a second attack as a 6th
Yep.
level, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Make it with advantage.
Ooh, all right. I don't know that I technically would have necessarily dropped my sword, but thematically, I'm gonna say it like clattered a few inches away on the floor. Now I pick it up and just try and stab it into him. Ooh, all right. Advantage, but they both rolled a 9, so that's still a 17.
Oh yes.
Okay.
It was a hit.
Excellent. And that is going to be a bit better than a 13. That is going to be a 17.
17. Excellent. You grapple to the orc's shield, slam him to the ground, pick up your sword, get yourself up a little bit. You've got him pinned down somewhat. You give him a stab. He's howling. He's furious. Do you have a bonus action?
I do have a bonus action, but I don't have a ton of things I can use it on. Suppose I really should have made one of those a blade flourish, but oh well. How much movement does the bonus action get you again?
You need to have a class feature that specifically says you can dash as a bonus action.
All right. Yeah. So really, I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, that was all pretty cool. Yeah, that was all pretty cool there. All right. So orcs come vaulting down here. Here are 2 orc attacks. First one is flanking.
Actually, wait a second. Sorry, I am going to use the bonus action just to give Noxiqual a bardic inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to be able to see him for that, or he just has to hear you?
Ooh, I think it's the latter, but let me really quickly check.
Yeah, I believe he just has to hear you.
I think it's hearing.
Yeah, he just listens to you giving the inspiration. Yes.
Do you have any cool line for this bardic inspiration? Perhaps from a video of some sort that might have been released.
Yes, the target just has to hear you.
Not sure what that's a reference to. Although
Esper made a video of bardic inspiration.
Oh, yes. Well, Knox, it's a good place and a good day to die. A better one to fight, a better one to live. I hope I'll see you on the other side of this. If I don't, well, tell the whole world I said.
Open up. And I feel like we say it at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Your words are quite wonderful, though. There are orc axes bearing down upon you.
Lovely.
He's just getting clubbed with.
Yes.
Tell the world I said. Open up.
Open up. All right. The first with the flank is actually 25 to hit.
Ouch.
And the no flank is 22 to hit.
Slightly less, but also ouch.
All right. That is a total of 15. Wow, they rolled quite low.
Okay.
Yeah, when they hit me for like 27.
Yeah.
That's the glory of the D12 for you. You can roll 12, and you can roll 1. All right. So those were those 2. Those are frozen statues. This one will attack Noxiqual through the darkness. He completely whiffs, blindly swinging at you. Let's see. Others here. They are going to do a bit of scattering.
I just realized that Noxiqual can see what I'm doing too.
No.
Yes.
Don't worry, if it works, it'll be great.
Boots is gonna be so disappointed in you.
Dude, I was debating just immediately attacking Naga. I was like, no, like if I can make a bomb, it'll be better.
No.
Well, you're entitled to attempt anything that you think you can do.
There are two more that attack you, Noxiqual. This one I won't really count flanking because the other one can't see you to really affect
That's fair.
flanking
Mhm.
maneuvers.
They're not working in tandem.
Yeah. So 2 attacks with disadvantage.
Yep.
18.
18 is just enough. Yep.
All right. Otherwise, it would have been a crit.
Yeah.
And another would have been a crit, but the actual is 9.
Nope.
I didn't think a 9 would hit. The one that hits got 5. Oh, D12. You promise so much, but you give so little.
5 damage. Got it.
The dice giveth and taketh away.
Way. Yes, they do.
Live by the
Oh,
dice,
God.
die by the dice.
All right.
That concludes all of the orcs, the living ones. They have largely scattered. Some are kind of panicked. Others are confused. They're trying to figure out the orders of the
Wow.
commanders here. Drake, you
All
are
right.
being beset upon by foes. You are
Well-
a bit cornered.
Can't really shadow step back out without getting in more trouble. Can you zoom out real quick?
Oh, yes.
Sorry. Yeah, there's no point for him to jump back up.
Drake, just come help me make my bomb. It'll be all right. Just shadow step over there.
That's a little out of my range. Where he shadow step to was some
Is Robin actually shouting that out to Drake?
No,
Ah.
Drake, come help me make a bomb.
I'm invisible right here in the corner.
Great
I've never
neon sign. Points up. Neon sign arrow pointing down.
Okay, Drake, what are you thinking? What's your instinct telling you?
Just start dealing out damage. So let me double check something. I might be able to, but I don't think I can. Okay, I can actually deal out 4 hits.
Mm-hmm. Flurry of
All right.
blows.
Yeah, Fury Blows plus my extra attack. So let me pull up my character sheet so I can make sure I'm doing all the right stats.
Is that a feat or a monk ability? Flurry
It is a
blow?
monk ability.
Yeah, that's a monk ability.
I think it's like level 5. I get a bonus, an extra attack, and then once I hit level 3, I can spend a key point to, after an attack, do extra 2 hits, but only cancel the
That's
first
really
one.
good.
So let's just go for the one that's right in front of me.
Hmm.
Give me a second. I gotta add this on. Unnatural 20.
Oh yes, very much a hit. They're in plate armor, but 20 that's more than they can block.
Right. While he's before he punches, he's gonna put on the wraps for his hand, and then pretty much do a Bruce Lee 2-inch punch right into the center of the chest plates for a total of 7 points of damage.
7.
Yes,
All right, you pummel him.
that's the first one.
Hmm.
So here's the second one. Okay, not as good. 13.
That is a block. They're wearing some pretty heavy plate.
So yeah, it doesn't. All right. So now with Fury Blows, I still got 2 more. That's gonna be another 13, so that's a miss.
Clank. Probably doesn't make a clank sound, just a ow.
What about a 23?
Hit.
Okay. And another 7. And I'm going to spend one more key point and turn that into a stunning strike.
Stun, okay. That's a d12. Maybe roll a d20. Okay. Con save of 11. So
That is a fail.
done. I'm going to put a... What do I have here? I'll put a disabled. Yeah, good enough. We can remember the gray X means disabled or stunned. Yeah.
I should have sent him on the first strike. Could have gotten
No,
advantage
no.
then. Oh well.
Ah, true. Yep, you would have had advantage on attacking this stun target. Oh, the Naga. All right. She has a glaring expression. You're not sure if she is enraged or if she's having some kind of fit of ecstasy at this explosion of violence and action right in front of her. She targets. Let's see, she can't see there. What does she have here?
She actually doesn't have that many good targets.
I'm going to make sure I'm doing this. Make sure I'm doing this spell right.
Or oh my god.
Okay. She casts a spell, and Carderock, a horrible sensation of necrotic energy floods over you. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. Well, time to use my second inspiration that I totally had kicking around. Well, I really needed to make that save, didn't I? I am going to go out on a little bit of a limb here and guess that a 14 is probably slightly shy of what I need.
Actually, you might have just got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let me double check.
Assume nothing.
Eh?
Monster stat blocks.
Yeah.
14. Yep. You barely stave off the worst of this.
That's a lot of dice. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a lot of dice.
They're just D4s, though. You'll be fine.
Well, maybe.
Unless they're all 4s.
Just D20.
All right. 36 necrotic halved is 18. And it's a kind of desiccation just like saps vitality right out of you. But you are a hearty one, and you stave off the worst of this dread magic. She is clearly not pleased with that.
Oh, stop it. Just because your heart and whatever passes for reproductive organs are both dry doesn't mean you have to make everybody else as parched as those.
Amazing. You can still talk, even with that.
She slithers down here.
Oh,
Right.
Esper, you've made me super happy right now.
I'm glad to hear that. This one here steps into the arcane circle. It lets out a howl, and swirling arcane energies come all around it. The immediate effect that you can see is it looks blurry. The creature looks as though a shifting mirage.
Nice. It's always a good effect.
All right.
Won't save him from Lykar's fireballs, but it's a good effect.
Okay. So he has become empowered in some sort of way. And then we have a couple others. I just realized what Map Tool does. So like this one is called Orog, and then the next copy is Orog 1.
Correct.
Not Orog 2. Okay, so
Yep.
I have to mental note that I just changed my notes to
Sorry.
be accurate on my paper. Okay, these two here are engaged with Drake. That one's stunned, so he takes no action. The other one will make 2 swings of his great axe. $13 and $22.
The 22 just hits.
$16 slashing. That's how you roll a d12.
Should be great if we had like a 5th party member fighting in this. Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, he's at the basher, so we can't.
Yeah, maybe like helping out Drake, tag
Yeah.
teaming for sneak attack.
He's so great.
Noxiqual. I'm going to give you the same option that I gave Carderock. You can do your standard athletics or acrobatics check versus his, or you can let him grab you, but you'll get an opportunity attack with advantage.
So let me just check something real quick. It's acrobatics or athletics.
Yep. You can either, with your force struggle, like out wrestle him, or you can just try to
I'll just try and avoid him.
evade it.
Yeah, just try and evade him.
Yep. All right. Acrobatics contest. Well, acrobatics versus athletics skill contest.
Well, yeah, I have your athletics.
22.
I have a 20.
All right. So he grabs you.
Yep. Now, does he get to pull me as part of the first grab?
Nope. That he's using speed at half speed.
Thought that he had to like do that on turn 2.
I'll double check. I don't think so. I seem like I've done this quite a bit in my home campaign.
I'll trust you. I'm not trying to argue. I know I don't want to slow things down.
Give me just one sec, because I'm already right here on my player's handbook.
And he didn't take disadvantage from trying to grab into the darkness?
That was part of the deal that I gave you.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a more interesting way of giving options. Moving grapple target. When you move, you can drag or carry the target with you at half speed. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Unless the target is 2 or more sizes smaller than you, then you go at full speed.
Okay.
All right, so he pulls you out. Let's see, he'll pull you over here.
Sure.
This one actually had a readied attack, so he'll use that. 23 to hit.
I'm gonna cast my shield spell.
All right, your shield goes up.
Yep.
Blocks it. Take off the ready. Then we'll actually go to his turn.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, shield would not be enough. He hits. I don't cast shield.
Not enough? Okay.
Yep.
I'll do a little bit of maneuvering as well.
Mm.
Okay. 14 slashing.
Got it.
Coming to his turn. Even higher, 26. Oh, sorry. That was both the attacks. All right. The first one was a miss, then a 26.
Okay.
Oh. 8 slashing.
Got it.
Noxiqual is pulled from the globe of darkness. He is being assaulted by one of the Orogs. Who do we have? We have this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how great of moving he can do. 15, 20 plus 5 for jumping up, 25, 35.
Does he take any penalties for going through the darkness?
Penalties?
Like trying to jump in the dark?
It's just more like you put your hand up on the surface and just vault up there.
Okay.
It's
So
only 5 feet.
Bump,
it's
but
only
wouldn't
5
he bump
feet.
into one of his like statue friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to slow him down a little bit.
Okay.
Where'd it go? So I had him at 35, 40, 45, 55. think he has the aggressive bonus action and bonus action to move as well. Excellent.
I'm sorry,
Now
what's he doing?
it's time for you to die.
Great axe. 18 and 18.
Yeah, I'll shield, but I just okay.
He moved, bonus action moved, and then attacked.
Could he see where I was? Like, don't you have to see? It doesn't matter.
Nope, just bonus action. You can move towards okay, you move towards a hostile creature you can see. Well, where is that? He started here.
Mm-hmm. The hop up.
20.
Okay, so he's going around it now.
35.
Okay.
Yeah, either way he can get there.
Gotcha. That's fine.
He could have done that to be seeing you.
Yep. Makes sense.
It is your turn, Noxiqual. You are being beset upon. You're dragged out of the shadow. One of them is grabbing you. The one who's on the stairs here.
Yeah. I am going to bonus action activate my sword's ability and completely just mess up some of these orcs.
Sombrous turns into a blade of shadow.
Yep. The one holding me is the first one that's going to get the sword.
Yep.
So here we go. Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Let me get the Shadow Blade dice.
Those were
Psychic damage. Alright. That's going to be a total of, let's see, that's 10, 26 psychic damage on the first attack. And second, is he dead or?
Nope, he just shrieked.
Yeah, I'll attack him again then.
That seemed to hurt.
Yep. Not quite a crit, unfortunately, but it is 28 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, slap another 30 points of psychic damage.
He shrieks again and falls to the ground, convulsing.
Okay. I'm going to move back into the darkness orb. I believe I will only provoke from one of them. If I can stay in two of their, like,
Where do you want to move specifically?
back into the orb of darkness, like
Yeah,
in the
but where-
center of it.
Like going this, like that?
So I can't go south, I guess, because there's no path. Okay, sure. I guess I'll provoke from two of them.
I mean, you could go like that, like around, like circling him with your blade, like at the ready. So really only provoke from that one below you.
Isn't there a regular orc, or is he in shadow and darkness?
Oh, okay, the regular orc. Okay, I wasn't thinking about him. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll do the two, and you want to end up right there?
Further in. I can see through these guys, so I can just weave through. Like,
Okay.
put me in the middle of the ice field, basically. Yeah.
Like that?
Like that, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to have the Orog and then the Grunt attack
Yep, makes
for
sense.
opportunity attack. 19
Hits.
and 16.
Does not hit.
All right, so you suffer one strike.
Which one was it? The regular dude or the...
For the orc, the Orog.
Yep.
13 slashing.
Got it. I am quite hurt, but I'm still standing.
With that, I think we will pause.
Yep.
The session. We went a bit long, but that's okay.
Yep.
I was glad to. We just finished out a round, so that's a great time to pause. We'll start at the top of the round, the next round with Robin. I've got all my notes here. We'll see what happens. This is a pretty tense fight.
Yeah.
I knew
Yes,
exactly what I
indeed.
was gonna do next. round.
We've all taken a lot of damage. This very well could be a lethal battle.
I haven't.
Except for Robin, of course.
Oh yeah, Robin is being, as Draco said, a dumb bird.
It's all good. That's
And
what he
Robin's for
does.
the birds. All right,
I actually
everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We'll do our post session chat and voting on inspiration. We'll wait till the encounter finishes before we do milestones.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing.
Thank you for running, Esper. It's a
Yeah,
great
it was so
game.
much fun.
My pleasure as always. See you next time, everybody.